2, and here's Modi. Yo, oh my God, I've never been so excited for a guest, and he's not Jewish.
Get your hand off my thigh.
Oh my God. We are in the studio, of course, Leo Periel, and we got Lil Mo Mozzarella.
Lil Mo Mozzarella, also known as Forget About It. How you doing? Nobody knows none.
Oh, no. When I discovered you, this is an Italian guy. It's like the real neighborhood. When I discovered you, it brought back my 18s and 20s and my. We moved to America from Israel, 1977.
You know Krav Maga?
No.
My uncle.
I dated his sister. So no, my father worked in gas stations in Brooklyn, on Coney Island Avenue and W. Mm-hmm. You know the area?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Then he had one in Ditmas, and he had one on 65th and 8th in Bay Ridge when it was still Italian.
Nice.
And so we were always around Mo's. We were always around these guys. My father learned to speak English from Italians. So he was always
Every
saying,
three words, your
"Hey,
father
you
says
doing?
Mo."
Hey, you doing?"
Yeah.
It was all the way. And when I see you online, I'm like reliving it.
Yeah. I'm still getting envelopes for that from your father.
Don't laugh. It was when you say if you never lived in the neighborhood, you don't. What's your expression? If you're not from the neighborhood, you don't know.
You don't know nothing.
You don't know nothing. I can't explain to you.
So which neighborhood exactly are you from?
Yeah.
Everybody's like always trying to figure that out, you know? So I'll give you like the whole thing. So my family's from Williamsburg, Brooklyn.
Okay.
Like Greenpoint, Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Like, so it's funny because I think like there's definitely a mix up between Greenpoint and Williamsburg. You used to say Greenpoint because it sounded nicer. Then when Williamsburg got popular, it was like Williamsburg. Mm-hmm. But it's like really Greenpoint, Williamsburg. Then if you go over the Kosciuszko Bridge, you know, like Middle Village, Maspeth, Ridgewood.
Queens, baby.
That's Queens.
Yes. So that's where I live now.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what
but
you
I
do.
also moved, so I'm back and forth between Brooklyn my whole life. Because I also lived, you know, for like 10, 11 years in downtown Brooklyn.
Okay.
You know Lucali's Pizza?
Yep.
You know where Lucali's is?
If only from you.
Oh, on
From you. Where the hell did I know
like,
where Luke
like
Cal's
Henry
pizza?
Street. You
Yeah.
see, I'm always, like if you follow me, you see I'm always down by Court Street.
We follow you, yeah.
Court Street, Smith Street, like that area in
yeah,
Brooklyn.
yeah.
They call it downtown Brooklyn. But
Okay.
But these are neighborhoods.
you're
so
from
just-
Queens?
I just discovered this miracle today.
Where are you from?
I'm from Rego Park.
Oh, really? I used to live in Regal Park for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, right off over there by the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want to
What are
do?
you gonna do? No, but I was telling you that these neighborhoods really have.
Well,
like,
I
what he
just
says-
want to say like one more thing because it's so funny because New York is so crazy about where you're from, and I always get this. Like my friends in Queens, like you don't say Queens, and my friends in Brooklyn are like Brooklyn always wants to claim me, you know, like oh you're from Brooklyn. So I grew up in both, you know, my whole life back and forth. We were on the borderline. But I also, like, I was also, like, out a lot as a kid. Like, I wasn't, like, a school kid. I was, like, a street kid. Like, in the street, meaning, like, hanging out. So I would go to, like, every part of Brooklyn. Like, I would go to, let's say, Flatbush Avenue. I had friends in Flatbush Avenue. I had friends in Bay Ridge. I had friends in Bensonhurst and Gravesend and Bath Beach. Or, you know, Greenpoint, Williamsburg, then Ridgewood, Queens, this, that. I was always, like, everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Right.
and then I worked in Little Italy for a long time.
What'd you do there?
I used to fix refrigerators. I did refrigeration and air conditioning with my father. Like, we're in a family business, and that was our accounts. We had all those accounts, so I used to like go sit there on a toolbox and hang out. So I like lived that. So I do a lot of my filming is in Little Italy because I still visit there a lot. I have family who have businesses there.
We're on Grand and Clinton, down the block from all that.
Oh, in Little Italy.
No, in the Lower East Side, but
Oh,
it's right by Little Italy.
Yeah, if you go by Grand and Mulberry,
Exactly.
Cafe Palermo,
all those.
I'm always there.
Right. So we see
So I
that.
filmed there a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have like roots there. You know what I mean? Like like a little of everywhere. So I was always like trying to say, and even my accent, people try
What
to figure
accent?
No,
No, but
this is
it's
an Italian accent. So we
it. No,
live,
but you know what I'm saying. A lot of people will do that. Like a lot of people will be like, oh, he's from Staten Island or whatever, or Jersey or like Long Island. But I could tell the difference between the accents.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people don't. They kind of just stereotype the whole, you know,
Yeah.
like the whole thing. Like
No, but
I
you
can
definitely
tell if
sound-
I talk to somebody like if they're from Queens.
But you
Brooklyn.
sound exactly like Brooklyn, where so I was living in the Five Towns with all the Jews, and then we used to go to work with my father. My mom used to run the office. I would go with her, and everybody spoke like you. And the
How did your mother
neighborhood.
used to count the money?
My mom
She had a
used to count the
sponge
money.
or the lemon.
This is in the '80s. There was cash. There was no.
That's what I
credit, it
know,
was
but
cash.
they have like a lemon. and use it for your thumb.
Exactly.
Yeah,
My
that's-
father, we had all of that.
And I know how you know when they're really off the boat. The border Israelis, I'll show you.
Off the border of Israel.
Off
the boat
They do
Israeli.
something like they hold their money like something weird. Like they do like some knuckle thing. And they like, you ever see that? I can't even do it. They
It
hold
looks like a Chinese
they
finger
hold
trap.
it and then they're like, and it's like, that's the cool thing. If you can like not even look at it and count it.
I've never seen
I've
that.
never.
Nah.
No, I don't.
I gotta
know.
ask you that.
3,000,
I will
4,000.
say one thing. I
It's not
grew
an
up
Israeli?
always carry cash on me. I always got a few
I used to
hundreds.
work with
I
an
never.
Israeli guy. They always think that they know martial arts. You definitely
I don't
are
know.
into
I don't
some
pretend
shit.
to know.
Okay, so
Are
let's
you-
pause.
Wait,
Let's
wait
pause.
a minute. Wait
You
a
have a
minute.
rifle?
There's no pause. So we are. So in those
Lay the
neighbor-
groundwork here for who we're speaking to.
We're
Yeah.
speaking to Mo Mozzarella, Lil Mo Mozzarella.
No moments around.
And he's the most Italian guy you ever imagined. He's like the character I do near, but Italian, and he's so real, and it just brings me back to those days. We were in the. It was such a
I'm a
neighborhood.
throwback.
Just such a throwback to me.
You know what hurts me, but it hurts me and helps me. Like I have a lot of people that follow me that are older, like or they'll say like, "Oh, you remind me of my father," or like, and I get a lot of like working people that follow me, like construction workers shit, but they don't really have social media like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Although they have like
Yeah.
Facebook,
Yeah.
but I don't use
YouTube.
Facebook.
The older people YouTube me, so he puts everything on YouTube. So
Yeah.
so they
Well, I
can
just
see.
started really putting shit on YouTube. Like I had a YouTube account, and like I
But
never.
what started it? What was your first? I'm gonna pick up my phone and film myself getting a slice of
So
pizza.
I tell the story in
How
every
did-
podcast.
I
So
know,
it's like
but
I don't want to
for
tell the story again because
No, so leave it alone. So leave it
I'll
alone.
give you a short version.
a short version for
A
the
short
for-
version, yeah. Like I tell everybody, I never had social media ever.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was annoying. This, like I tell everybody, I really always thought I was a star, but
A legend.
Yeah, legend. No, I am. But what I'm saying is, I always thought in my head I could do that, but I made the excuse that I wasn't allowed to. My wife won't let me. But I thought it was funny to say that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I think it's funny to be like, oh, I could have been something. But it's like, you don't really have to try to do anything.
Right,
And
right.
you get to, like, say
Yeah.
that you could have been. That's better than being famous.
Right.
It's like, I could have been. The could have been story is so much better than
Right,
who you
right.
are. Now I'm looking forward to the true Hollywood story.
Oh,
Wait, so what does
like-
your wife think of all of this?
So, like I said, so what happened was with me, it was like, as soon as I started getting popular, like, I started, like, I guess, monetizing fast. So it was like kind of like, you know, we were in like, we built a new house and the pandemic destroyed us. Like we literally spent every dollar building this house. We got fines from the building department. We couldn't get them approved. It was a sick mess. So it was like, I'm prone to go nuts. So it was like an outlet.
Yeah.
So it was just like kind of like whatever until things cleared over. And then we started making a couple dollars, like whatever it is, $300, $500. It helps with the bills. So it was just like, all right, whatever. And then, like, you know, the pandemic, we were home even longer. Then it started growing a thing. Then I started getting on TV and all this stuff. So it kind of, like, took a life of its own.
But it was meant to be.
Then I
Yeah.
got, like, absorbed into the social media life, which is so annoying.
But it's so important.
I hate social media
It's
people.
so important.
I hate it. Dean didn't like my picture.
Ugh.
I hate that shit. Or it's my birthday, and he doesn't even care.
No, but your videos are so good. Do you edit
I edit
everything?
it, yeah.
You do
I
everything.
learned-
You
I
do
learned-
edit?
I
You do
learned
edit?
how to do all that shit. But now I have, like, an editor that, like...
The
that-
timing and everything.
Let me
is-
shout him out. Can I shout him out, the
Go-
guy?
Yeah.
Scally Media. What do you want to do?
Cali Media.
Scally Media, send us
He's
a
a good
DM.
kid. He's a good kid.
No, because
He's a good kid.
whenever we put something up, I overthink it and do it. Should I use this word or that
No,
word?
I'm gonna tell you. So
No,
what I
but
do,
you
so-
look like you just put the thing on and
No,
send it right
no.
out.
What are you, crazy? I'm gonna explain something to you.
I'm not crazy. I love
If you see a video like I did, like of a spot I go to, like a restaurant or something,
Yeah.
that video that you see for 60 seconds probably took me at least 12 hours.
Oh,
to
for
do.
sure.
For sure. Those
So
I know.
at the
I'm
restaurant.
talking about.
If I just talk,
And you're in the car and you find out that
that's
Friday's
nothing.
vegan day.
That's nothing. That's like
That's just you
so-
just hit it and you put it
'cause I'm
up.
starting to say to myself, I should just do that. Because why should I go spend 12 hours, go film something, go edit it, and it's like at the same time don't get the appreciation? If I'm not
No,
feeling
but people
like
appreciate.
I
it.
appreciate you. You got
I don't think
appreciation
people
right
realize.
here.
I don't think they realize the time you put
No,
into
they
it.
don't. They
So
don't.
it's like, all right, I'm doing all this when I could just literally grab my phone and say something, and it's the same amount of.
It's because it's you. You
It's
don't
you.
need props and all this stuff and others and a restaurant and a backdrop.
I'm like,
you could just
I'll
say
tell you,
anything.
I'm definitely like changing what I'm doing because now it's like I have a following. Like now I'm just like I can't explain. Like I don't want to be like I was just trying to tell you guys. I was telling you outside. Like I don't want to be like one of those people who do like influencing and like try to think too much before they do anything. Like,
Right.
what if someone thinks this, and if I do this at this time is the right time to post? I don't want to do any of that. I want to, like, if I wake up 1 o'clock in the morning and I want to put a video out, I don't want to be like, oh, I want to wait till 10 o'clock when the volume is.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any of that shit. I
We
just
got
want to,
lucky.
like, write my own.
We got lucky yesterday. I put a video out at 10 p.m., which we never do. It got 32,000 hits right away. Who
Right.
the hell knew 10 p.m. on a Monday night is the best time?
It depends.
You just got to throw it out and see what
I'm gonna tell
happens.
you, you know what it is? What I really think it is? I think that when you put content out, if all your content is the same kind of content, it will push the post.
Okay.
So, like, if you do a vlog
Finding a
style,
niche.
you need a niche. You need to explain.
You have. a
You really
niche
need
for
to
sure.
understand. Like, in other words, people need to say what you do in like 3 words. You know, in 3 sentences.
100%.
So, in other words, like in TikTok, for
Right.
instance, if I know this for a fact. If I would have stayed on TikTok and just did food reviews,
Yeah.
I would have like a tremendous social media following. Like tremendous. Like 3, 4, 5 million. I know I would.
Right.
I do is I'm not organized. I don't organize the posts. I don't do any of that structure. I'm very unstructured. Like not.
But I think that's what people like about you, because
people like me, but it doesn't help with the algorithm.
Yeah, but if you got organized, you could have something. It's a yeah.
I think the algorithm is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Lends towards that. So somebody searches like food stuff. You know, you'll be in there.
Yeah.
You'll be more in the thing. I'm switching from food because it's so diluted. When I was doing the food
Nah,
thing,
but you do it with such a better angle. Are you
no,
out of
but
your
there's
mind?
so
You
many
kill
people.
it.
There's so many people doing it now that it's like I'm getting hired for a lot of different things. Like people hire me to do like auto body shops and jewelry stores and like
That's great.
People are really starting to hire me for like different contrasting things. Like what if we put them in this?
Auto body shops are
What about,
great.
Did you see the one I
Can I
did?
tell you an auto body
Did
shop
you see the one I
story?
did with the Guyanese superheroes? This shit was funny.
Which
I
one?
thought it was funny. It was like, you have to like smoke pot and
I
watch
saw
it.
everything you did.
didn't see
Which
the
one is
Guyanese
it? Let me
one?
know.
I go in this body shop. Me and Ken Stars did it. Ken Stars, I don't know if you follow him. He's a funny kid. He's a Spanish kid, but he's a Puerto Rican kid from Puerto Rican Colombian. He's from like all of them. He's funny. He's funny.
Okay.
We did that he went to get his car in the body shop,
I was there. I saw it.
and the car was shot.
And you said,
And he
you
said, "All right, we'll be done in a minute."
I could
wasn't
paint it
even
with my
painted.
feet. You said I could
Yeah.
have done a better job painting this with my feet.
Yeah, then he said, I'm supposed to be the manager. And he goes, let me speak to the manager. I come out with the semolina, and I have 3 Guyanese guys with slippers on. They're supposed to be like my bodyguards, you know, and their names were hysterical. They're real nicknames. One was Skunt. The other guys was like, I don't even know what it was. And I'm calling them, Skunt, Skunt, and they're chasing them with 2x4s. It was crazy.
I saw that one.
It was
But
really wild.
you did a few in that auto body shop.
I did a funny one yesterday. I didn't put
It
it
was
out yet.
very
It was
funny.
in a jewelry
I'll
store.
tell you a funny auto body story from from the time when we were in the neighborhood. One time, my father had a manager, Billy, a real neck bone, real
Super
neck
neck bone?
super neck bone, and he had so everybody in the neighborhood knew each other in the 2 blocks. All the owners of the businesses knew each other. They used my father's safe to hold the money if they didn't do the deposit. Everybody
That safe
knew
was
each
heavy,
other.
right?
Yeah, it was
Fall
beautiful.
out of dynamite.
One time, his manager brought the car to get something done in this transmission place, and the guys, you remember the keys? It used to be a bullshit key with a GM on it, right?
Yeah.
It was a nothing key. So the guy from the shop copied it and took a picture, looked at his address, and went and stole the car. So then he got busted, and the owner came to my the guy's uncle came to my father and said, "Do me a favor. Your manager's car got stolen by my nephew. Do me a favor, talk to the cops, get this cleared out." And so my father did and told the manager, get this cleared out. And the guy who owned the fruit stand across the way, every Friday brought my mother beautiful, like the best fruit he had. It was such a neighborhood.
Yeah.
It was so amazing.
I used to box a lot.
For what?
Oranges, I used to box. Not the point. Yo,
Now,
I missed the name, but it's different.
you said you want to get into comedy now? You want to do stand-up?
No, I mean, I'm just getting that type of opportunities. Like, they're coming to me, and I want to, like, venture into different things. So, you know what's funny? Like, you know what's holding me back?
What?
Comedians.
Your wife.
Comedians.
Why?
Because they're like a cult. I
What do you-
find that a lot of
this is
comedians
interesting.
in real life are not, like, they're kind of like fucking haters. Is this
Really?
true?
No.
I
Not
do-
me.
I-
I
okay,
think they
I'm not
are.
a comedian, but
Yes.
I spend more time.
You don't think there's a lot of hater comedians?
It's-
Dude, I did a show with a bunch of comedians. Like a friend of mine trying to be a comedian, and he don't give a fuck, right?
Okay, stop. I'm sorry. What? This thing is like.
We've been
it's
trying
like
to
there's
open
like a-
these cookies.
No, he wants them.
You want a
That's all
cookie?
right.
You want a
I
cookie?
He's
No, I
trying
got
to
some
open
money.
it.
No, we're sitting here. We're
Oh,
sitting
don't worry,
here.
don't worry, don't worry. We have-
So,
A bit
what do you
someone-
want to do? I got this fucking thing in my
Hit him in the
hand.
head. Hit him in the head. Do
No,
me a
but then you're
favor.
gonna take 'em with you. I
Do
don't
me a
wanna waste
favor.
them.
Hit him in the head with
Yeah.
that for a second.
No,
Just
no.
what? Just
Let me tell
no.
you about comedians.
Tell us about comedians.
So I noticed that like first off, they're cultish. They have all this lingo. You know,
My set.
I hate that shit.
But
Give me
come
the
on, I
light.
mean that's the same thing when you're fixing a refrigerator,
Yeah.
right? There's like a language to.
There's the full language when you
Yeah.
guys
Fair.
fix your fridges.
You have to earn their respect. Okay. Now,
which is not unreasonable.
right. But I'm gonna tell you what it is. There's a lot of people infringing on the comedian world from social media.
Yep.
So it's like they're not trained professionals or whatever. Like me, I can sell tickets because I have a big following. And it's like, I feel like they pick you apart.
There's just
And you care? You care
Not
what
really.
some comic says about
No,
you?
but wait a second. There is
It's a little annoying, like when I'll tell you, Sam. I did something. I had a friend of mine's a comedian trying to be.
just
you know,
speak a little into
My
the-
friend's trying to be
yeah.
a comic.
Okay.
Like he's a funny guy and he's trying to be a comedian. He's older, and he goes like crazy. He'll do stand up 3 days, three spots in a day.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
go to Penn. He's really trying. And like he was performing, and like the group of comedians I'm with, you just hear them like all under their breath. Like I'm watching, like, and then like hemming and hawing. And then when they go up, it makes me want to say they suck. Like I wanted to say you're funny, but I'm like, fuck these guys, you know?
They're not funny.
They're fucking haters.
No.
Because it's like you can go and I'm not gonna say they all are, obviously, but some people are not. Like it's at work, right? Like whatever you do for a living. Like I work construction. There's people that are on the top that made it through people they know or whatever, and they didn't do the same thing. So you have people that are always worried about what the next person's doing. Then you have people who see a big picture.
Yeah.
Who don't give a shit what anybody else is doing. They only care about what they're, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm not like that. Like, I don't look at other people and go, like, oh, fuck them. They didn't put the work in. But there are a lot of people like that, and that's a tough business.
So
Yeah.
let me tell you, for a while, I don't know if you know Goomba Johnny. Remember Goomba Johnny?
Yeah, he's like
he was
on,
on Z100 or something. He was
yeah.
an Italian guy, and he.
You and him had a problem with each other?
Wait, what?
You just had a problem with each other?
Never had a problem.
It sounds
with him.
like it's about to be a crazy
He was
story.
amazing. He
Most
was
of the
amazing.
problems with people.
I don't have problems with people. So he
Borrow 100.
he wanted to do stand-up comedy. Again, this is a guy on on Z100 or whatever show he was on, and he could sell out a room, but he didn't have 45 minutes to close the show.
Right.
So he would host it. He'd come on, do 10 minutes,
That's what I'm saying.
bring another guy, and then do a few more, do crowd work, and they loved. And then I did 45 and closed the show. And he was such a guy. He was amazing. So I used to sell CDs back then. He used to come out and stand next to me and go, buy this Christ Killer CD. It was the funniest thing. And people came over to say hi to him and bought my CDs. You don't need to do
How
your
long you
full
doing
hour.
comedy?
24 years.
What made you get into that?
I was in investment banking and I used to imitate the secretaries. And my friend said, do it on stage. And that's how it happened. I was on with a suit.
The
I
first
felt
the first time you
night.
ever went to a comedy club was an open mic that you
And
performed
it was
at.
the first time I went to a
right?
comedy club was the first time I ever did a show. I've never been to a comedy club before.
How'd
And
you
so
do?
I killed.
You like it?
I killed. And the owner said, you better be on top of this and work this
So
out.
you're doing it for that long?
For 24 years, since 94.
enjoy it?
Well, what? I love every minute of
I
it.
tell you, when I went on stage and do a little thing that I did do, what I could tell you is what I felt.
Yeah.
It makes me want to do it. So, like, in other words, like, I remember, like, I got on stage. I didn't get nervous, which I thought I was going to be nervous.
There's no reason you would ever be.
Right? I
nervous.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I actually, because I go on as a character, and that's protection. Like
Right.
Little Mo is a protection
Interesting.
for me. So my real self, if I was standing there like this cliche, like naked, like I'd be like, But Little Mo is like, you ain't gonna fuck with Little Mo. I'll crack
Right.
you in the
No
head
one
with a
fucks with
Semolina.
Lil Mo.
So I'm up there with a fucking sunglasses on. What
Oh,
do
so
you
you're
want
not
to do?
you're not really Little Mo. That's not you off stage.
It's like I'm like bipolar, so I got like two things.
No, but that's like, are you near off stage?
Yes, people
You're
come
not
over to me.
not
People
near
come
us.
over. Do you ever see people write on my thing? Wait, he speaks English without an accent?
Yeah, but it's a character. Like, it's an exaggerated kind of
Yeah,
character.
exaggerated
Listen,
character.
I work in high-rise development. Do you think that I'm in a boardroom with billionaires going, I'm going to slap you with a summer life. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's a heightened.
Yes, I really think you do.
Nah.
That's who needs to be hitting the head with some.
But it's a heightened.
Yeah.
She's got it right. That's exactly what it is. So what I'm saying is, but when I did it, you know, and everybody was like, you know, I got a good reaction. Like as soon as I got off stage, I'm like,
You got the bug.
no, I'm going to tell you what it is. It was a way for me to separate myself from. So what I'm going through is I have a lot of people that do like kind of like a Lil Mo thing. Right now, you go on TikTok, Italian
There's
TikTok,
a million of them.
There's a million Lil Mos. First off, every single one of them, no matter who the fuck it is, gotten something from me. There's not one fucking person that didn't say the how you doing like I say, fucking take it easy, fucking
neck bone.
They all, not that there's guys I fuck with that they will openly say it. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is it got, and there's also this thing of like taking someone's material on social media that you're not doing it consciously.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
It happens to me. It
happens all the time. They're not even consciously doing it. Sometimes it's a compliment. They don't care.
One of the
but
biggest,
I'll tell you
the
is when
best.
a lot of them get popular with it, you don't hear them going, I took it from Lil Mo.
Yeah.
Right.
They just let it be silent.
Yeah.
But what I'll try to tell you is I need to separate myself from people like that, and I can't do it without finding my strengths. What are my strengths? I could be like that, and I don't get nervous on stage, and I don't have to do a setup. I don't have to practice it 300 times in the mirror. It's just me. So I want to play into my strengths.
No, so
That's what I'm trying to say.
But you should definitely do stand up and.
No,
and,
like even hosting. Like, what's the guy Gallagher?
Oh my God! Don't do that.
No, I'm going to tell you what, not Gallagher, but I'm going to do a little bit different.
What are you going to break potatoes and splash
I'm
people
throw
over?
fucking loaves of bread in the audience. Feed the pigeons.
No, don't do that. You throw the don't say Gallagher.
Listen, from when you
You
walk-
like Gallagher?
No, it's not a
No,
thing.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a guy he used to do he used to bring pineapples and smash them and get
No,
the
but you know
whole.
what? He never told a joke, really, right?
Never told a joke.
No,
no one does.
from the little that I've seen,
Yeah, you only watched me 3 seconds ago.
yeah,
You never knew who I was.
no.
That's fucked up. Only because. What made you watch it?
When
We're
we
obsessed
told
with
him
you.
we're obsessed with you. I'm obsessed with you. You got to be kidding me. I can watch you. Oh my God!
put you on to
Wow, I caught you on TikTok, but I'm too dumb to work TikTok.
You like it?
And then one day,
That's 7 thumbs.
one day, I'm on the couch, a little buzzed, and all of a sudden I go, no, he's here. He's on Instagram. And I watched every single video. I was on the sofa, ripped for watching him for an hour, dying of laughter. You can't get enough. You can't get enough.
I appreciate
That's
it.
a huge compliment coming from such an accomplished
I
comedian
know.
too. That
You gotta-
really is.
And the semolina loaf that you keep talking about. when I used to go visit my father's gas station.
That's bread I got. That's got the.
Wait a
Well, you're
minute.
Israeli.
Wait a minute.
Into the mic. In the
Can you
mic.
even eat that shit?
No. So listen to me. So my first time seeing semolina bread was when my father had the gas station there, and there was the Italian stores down the block, and we were Israeli, so all we knew was challah, which is just eating a cake, and that.
Wonder Bread?
No, the pita bread, which is hostage food, right? So that's all we knew. And then I discovered that, and I was sitting there doing it with the hummus, the semolina, and my guy, the Italian guys go, "What are you doing?"
Say hummus again.
Hummus.
Hummus.
So the guy, he goes, "Come here, give me that." Opens it up, cuts it open, puts garlic, butter, and whatever, puts it in the oven to drop,
good.
and gives it back to me.
good?
And that was the first time I ever had.
Life-changing?
It was a life-changing. I remember the first time I had garlic bread.
How old were you?
I was 13. It was my bar mitzvah. It was the year of my bar mitzvah. I remember that.
Do they really cut your piece of deal? At 13?
No.
At 8 days they
Jewish
do
too?
it.
Yeah.
Oh, you are? So you know all about the shit.
I know.
Speak-
I know everything.
By the
Except
way,
having a
by
piece
the
of
way,
them.
so now, okay. There's one thing that you do, which I love. I love you so much that I don't understand anything about football and I don't know about.
Oh, I'm degenerate.
I don't know. No, I don't follow. You know, I don't follow football.
No, I'm going to tell
Any
you
of
what
the
happened. So
games. No, hold on. Let me finish here. I don't know anything about what games and
Will
what
you be
teams
betting when
are,
I tell you?
But I watch the way you deliver it is amazing.
Bro, I'm
hold
winning
on
every
one
week.
minute. Hold
Oh,
on.
I've been killing them.
Why do you gamble? Is
He
that
gives-
I didn't
like,
gamble
he
for a
gives
long
his
time. Then what
picks
happened
for-
is, I'm going to tell you what happened.
You said you wanted to talk about.
Wait a
this.
minute, hold on. So he
Oh,
does
yeah.
these picks, and he puts on the Lucky Luciano, and he's
The
got
hat?
the hat, the Lucky Luciano hat.
hat
I
is
brought
lovely.
you something also lucky.
Oh,
The Lucky yarmulke.
This is sick.
this is the Lucky yarmulke hat.
how you doing?
How you doing?
Play this song from Fiddler on the Roof.
If I were a rich man. Da-da-da-da-dee-da-da-da-dee-da-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. I hope that brings you luck on all your bets.
This is nice. I'm gonna wear this.
It's yours. It's yours.
This is nice. I really appreciate this. I need the clip, but
Yeah.
There's room for a clip in there. Is there a clip in
I used
there?
to
No?
find them all over public school floors. They used to drop them and shit.
Wait, so
When did
were
you-
you you said you weren't in school a lot, but when you were in school, were you like the class clown or were you shy?
What?
You ran the school.
Crazy. I was the coolest kid.
Okay.
Where'd you go to high school? In Queens or
I
in
went to
Brooklyn?
Grover Cleveland.
Okay.
I went
That's
to Christ the
Queens.
King for 4 months.
Yeah.
I got thrown out.
Why'd you get thrown out?
Some crazy shit.
Oh.
Like
I'll
what?
tell you, I'm gonna shit. I'll even say her name if you give me $20. My teacher, I don't know. She didn't like me or something. You know what happened? I'm gonna tell you what happened. My friend didn't want to be a comedian. He's a fat kid, Porky,
Porky.
pork chops. He's a funny kid actually. You should maybe like let him do something.
But is he funny? Funny at the table and funny on stage is two different things.
To be honest with you, I never really watch his shows, and he always calls me because he says set, and I shut him down. Because now what happens every time I talk to him, he talks about his set, and I fucking hate it. He's like, yo, my set. I'm working on my set. And as soon as he says set, I'm like, I gotta go. I don't want to talk to you.
That's like at the cellar when people go.
I want comedy to be like not that much of an effort.
Oh,
And if I
really?
can't-
Oh,
if
really?
I-
Really?
Go, okay.
That's
Oh, wait, you know what?
nice.
You know what? I just dropped 5,000 to fix my air conditioning because there was a
I used
leak
to be an air
in the
conditioning
in the thing. I wish that came easy too.
Yeah.
But I dropped
No,
$5 grand.
I'm not trying to say that. Like, what I'm trying to say is, for me, I only want to do it if I could do it easy. I don't even want to work hard.
What something good has ever been just easy?
Nothing.
You have
Nothing.
to work
But it's
What are you
hard.
talking
wishful
about?
thinking.
Okay.
No, but you do it with love, and you do it because you know it's
Yeah.
gonna be fun. You know it's gonna be fun.
All right, so I got it right.
Well, and if you have the gift that
What
you're
you have.
naturally so
What you have.
talented,
But let me tell you something. Your writing needs to be this: a room of your own room. So you have a room now full of people that came to see Lil Mo. Now you have 200 people here, whatever you want, and ask for a little bit more on the audience lights, and then just come for the neck bones. Just make and you'll see and tape it, and you'll see the stuff that comes up. Some guy's gonna say,
You're gonna
"I'm
break
in."
my Jerry. You gotta take me somewhere.
I'll be happy to. Are you kidding
I
me?
want to go like a place that I could get on the mic and fuck around. Then you can tell me everything I did wrong.
No, you'll see on the
I can
tape.
get mad at you,
You should
for
see
being
on a
honest.
tape. You'll see
and
on
you'd
a
be like,
tape.
I'm your friend. I want to be honest. And I'm like, I want you to lie to me. Because I want to be lied to. I hate that
You
truth
can
shit.
come-
Anybody who's like a real friend that tells you the truth, I cut out of my life.
No, you're like Donald Trump.
I fucking hate that shit. If you tell me like, yo, I'm your boy. Was
You
it
can-
funny?
No,
I'm like, fuck
I'm
you.
always like giving the people.
No, Monica's very good
I wanna be
constructive
gassed.
advice.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I
you,
don't.
No, you don't.
I don't.
You want the truth
The
because
truth you need.
listen,
truth.
you can come fuck around on one of my
Yeah,
shows.
Yeah, but can I tell you something?
Ariel
Give me
has
the
a-
truth, I will start hating you. It's just my natural instinct.
All right,
No,
well-
but we can get over it. Well, don't get mad at me.
I'm already over
I don't
it.
take the truth good.
Really?
No,
Why
like,
do you want
That's
somebody
not
who's
good.
going to
I
blow
don't-
smoke?
I only want truth.
I like to be gassed.
Why?
No.
For what?
No.
Because like, it's just like a fantasy world.
No, come on.
I
That's
want to
the
live in a
worst.
Yeah, well, I'm being honest. What do you want me to
Okay,
tell
okay,
you?
okay. So I'm letting you know.
You want me to lie to you?
I know.
Yes,
I know who
that's
gasses
exact-
me, and I know who gives me the truth, and that's the most.
Did you
important
hear how
thing.
sick what we just said was?
What?
Really, just break it down. I don't like people who tell me the truth. Okay, you said you like people to tell you the truth, and then
Yes.
I tell you the truth, and you didn't like it, and I go, "What do you want me to tell you the truth?" He said, "Yeah." The whole thing was fucking like hypocritical.
And the only thing I'm focusing on is the way you say truth. Truth.
Truth.
When you did the thing walking down the he
Which
does this
one?
thing. Grab some water and throw it through your hair. I watched that
Everybody likes
clip
that shit.
70
Throw it through your
times.
hair.
Throw it through your hair.
How about the one? I had one thing that
the
that went viral when I was walking in Little Italy, and the guy honked his horn. You know when it's hot as balls on it. You know? The funny.
Listen, Periel has a show at Stand Up New York, and she can put you on the mic and let
Yeah.
you.
Can you?
Yeah.
And I'm
But, like,
speaking
that's
for
an
Periel
audience
now.
that
One person
that's
doing
going to
it?
be an audience that never heard of you.
No,
So
no,
you-
we'll get some of his people in too.
Yeah.
If he says he's going to be there, that room's going to fill in 2 seconds.
Okay, but we want to mix though, right?
Okay.
Also, can we please talk about the brush? What is going on?
Also,
you
for
know-
people,
You know my boy Meals by Cuisine?
No.
No.
Yes. The thin kid. He's built like a pipe cleaner.
I say he's built like a pipe cleaner. Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah, Meals by Cuisine. He's a
Yeah.
good kid. So anyway, he says take care, brush your hair. So I figured I'd be on the other side of it.
take
Take
care,
care,
brush
brush
your
your
hair.
Brush your hair, I brush my hair.
You got nice hair.
You got nice hair.
It's like a quilt.
It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
So how has your family dealt with this meteoric rise
Your
on
kid's
Instagram?
adorable.
Yeah.
Your
My
kid
kid's
is
cute. I got 2
adorable.
kids. And I got one on the way.
Oh,
Wow.
Mazel tov.
Oh.
Mazel tov.
Oh, yeah,
your
it's the
your
fifth.
wife will deal.
No, she'll kill me.
Okay, so you
So
take care of
so
that.
7, 1.
7, 1, and she's like 4 months
Wow.
Wow.
pregnant. Yeah.
Wow.
Mazel tov. So
Did you come from a
tov.
big family?
No.
You were.
I mean, yeah, but
I
like,
saw your
I have a
mom. Was
brother.
that your mom, the maid with the nuts? She broke the nuts.
That's my grandmother.
That's your grandmother.
Wow.
Wow, she looks like she
With the
could-
walnuts, no?
Yeah.
She looks like she could take someone on.
She's tough.
She's
she
tough.
just had the corona.
What?
She had the corona. She's 93. She's nothing.
Nothing for her.
Not
Nothing.
even sneezing.
Nothing.
Nothing. She was like, it was
No,
nothing.
they
She literally-
break walnuts in their hands. You never saw
Yeah,
something
they're
like this.
Italian.
They're
Yeah, we
incredible.
break- we-
Where are they from in Italy? Where's everybody from?
My mother's family or my grandma's from like a town in Avellino. I don't know if you would know. Like it's like you
For
gotta be
people
a
who
real-
are just listening, he's been shoving bread down his mouth.
He's
for
been
the whole
eating
time.
this
If you can't
entire-
I
see
love
what's
bringing
happening-
semolina on podcasts.
No,
because,
I'm so glad.
because you can like it's
Nosh.
nice.
You can nosh.
You can nosh.
Because they never feed you on these things.
No, I was so funny because I was thinking.
I don't understand. You got a
I
big
was
shot like
thinking-
Mo. I'm a food guy. Send the fucking food.
Okay,
in.
for the record, we had Second Avenue booked. Second Avenue Deli booked on 33rd.
But
we
you
were gonna
didn't tell
feed-
me.
We were gonna feed you like a king.
I did say Modi wants to take you to Second Avenue afterwards.
You did?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
texted you.
we
But
really
it's fine.
wanted.
We're gonna do it
We'll do
another
another time. We'll do another time.
Bro, I need you guys to like my trainers.
No, they're amazing. They're amazing. Now you're gonna kill it on stage. You're
So
gonna kill
what's
it.
like if you could do anything? You want to do stand up? You want to do movies? What is it that you want to do?
I don't know. I like what I really want. To
You
be
could-
honest, you know what my goal is?
What?
Honestly, is to just beat to my own drum, walk to my own beat, whatever you want to call
The
it.
beat of your own drum.
Yeah,
March to the beat of your own drum.
You know, like I gotta wake up really early and like deal with a lot of personalities at work, and it's so annoying. You know.
So you still work construction full time?
I don't do construction. I manage it.
Manage you, but you're in that world full time still.
Yeah, but then I feel like I won't have material if I stop doing it.
How long have
So
you
you
been
managing construction is when we say we're doing a set or we're doing a show or we're doing a gig.
God
we know
forbid,
right away.
this guy got a fucking. He's so mad that I said something about Korean.
No,
I get it, but I think it's funny to make fun of you.
It's funny how every time I see your clip it's so on the time when you talk about
Comedians are going through a lot of
electricians.
shit right now, but right?
What? Yeah, because everybody's
the
holding.
censorship shit.
Oh, it's horrible.
It's so annoying.
It's the worst.
Just pull the mic 2 inches towards your face. It's gonna sound so much better.
you done?
That's so good. Thank you. I'm the
No,
one who has to.
He has
you
to
know.
edit this poor thing.
You're the editor.
I'm not the editor, but I'm like that's the one thing that'll drive me crazy the whole time if I didn't say that. Okay.
No,
keep
no.
going.
When you did the thing about the electricians and what a mess they make,
The electricians.
I
are
was.
fucking
It was
dirtbags.
so real. It was so.
The electricians are the most annoying trade.
Why?
They all think they're smart.
Are they not?
What's the best trade?
So annoying. I hate people who think they're too smart because they like leave no room for error. It's like shut the fuck up. You're not that smart. You're annoying.
And then when it snows and you go for the sanitation
kill 'em.
workers, no, you kill me. You
oh
kill
my
me.
god, it's
How about
so
the
good.
operator engineers?
Yep.
Do you know my father is?
What is it? No, tell me.
Tell them.
Because you got like trades, like unions that you get juiced in. They got in because of their father
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, but they're really dummies. You know what I mean? But they made it in life. You know, they got
No,
in.
they got a
They got in.
license. They got the license. So someone does the work, they come and sign off on it. And
No,
they're
the
dumb.
operator. Those
That's how comedians feel when people come in from
Yeah,
social media.
yeah.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
but what I'm trying to tell you is I think that what I'm saying is true. Am I? Come on, you know from the other side.
Yes.
Definitely like this annoying fuck.
No.
I'll tell you the funny social media story I got. I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine puts a lot of social media people together.
Okay.
Like, you know, he's getting popular now. Like where they have like these like social media houses.
Yeah, the
You
hype
know, like-
houses.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah.
place
Hype
to
house,
create
all that.
content
Yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So like, you know, it's funny because I like
usually, like,
TikTok
school
is the
girls.
most inflated bullshit. in the world. Because nobody unfollows people on TikTok. Instagram is like an organized thing, right? It's like, oh, fuck you, I follow you, I don't like you, whatever. TikTok is like a serial
Free
number,
for all.
right? So you can have a big following on TikTok, but it doesn't mean anything. Are they going to buy merchandise? Are they going to show up for your show? Are they going to do anything? Or is it someone who just goes, just jerk off, right? So people that are TikTok like influencers are gassed.
Yes.
You know, because
that's
they have like
true.
these crazy following and they think they're famous. And it's like, you're really not famous. You're a TikTok person. So it's like, I met like these TikTok people and they were all telling me what their niche was. But I didn't know any of them were. And they were like, yo, I'm famous for talking like a baby, but I'm 70. Or I'm the one who dresses up like a nanny.
What
and
kind
with
of
a
a
cock,
world
like whatever,
are we
whatever it is.
living in?
So it's like they're telling me all the shit they're famous for, and I'm like in my head, I'm like, yo, like I don't even know who these fucking people are, but they really are gas because it's the number.
It's
You know what I'm trying to say? Like I'm saying in my head, I got to get my TikTok numbers up so
TikTok,
I can wave my
it's for fun
prosciutto.
into internet, but definitely.
No, but
Instagram.
am I right or
No,
wrong?
but the last thing I caught of yours on TikTok before I completely I couldn't handle it. You were watching the Grammys or the Emmys or one of those
Oh, you've been
shows.
bombing a long time.
Yeah, and you go. He's like, who are these people? I never heard of these people. Don't they have accounts? Aren't they on TikTok? Like the biggest singers in the world. Which I don't
didn't
know
know
who
they were either.
It was
I
like
don't know
Billie
who any of
Eilish.
the-
It was
I
like
don't know
Billie Eilish, and he's like,
and who's this guy? And she's like,
You ever
who's
seen me
this
talk-
girl?
I pranked Billie Eilish.
Did you?
You ever seen it?
No.
I have it. I gotta find it.
Oh my
I
god.
pranked Billie Eilish. I pranked like 7 famous people.
wow.
I got their FaceTime. I FaceTime.
No.
That's a fucking hysterical
hysterical.
idea.
You never see it was a skit. There was
A skit.
it was like a thing people were doing. It was a trend where you call somebody and say, "Wait, call me back. I can't
Yeah.
hear you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did like 8 famous people.
Who else did you do?
Drake.
You did. Who's giving you his
It's
number?
fake, but it looks
Oh.
real.
Oh.
I got so many people thought it was
Don't
real.
people copy your account? I get every other day somebody makes a fake account with my name.
I
on
have
it.
people, a couple people. I mean, whatever. They change it like the mozzarella spelling.
Right,
It
right.
makes me I'm like it throws me off. You know, they use the same picture.
Oh, it's annoying. And then they try to get you. So we see. I get the women that follow me. They send it to me. This guy's trying to reach me, and this and that. And it's definitely a fake account of yours. And
Sometimes
then
they're like asking for money.
asking for money.
Like Tinder
the-
swindler.
I just was talking about it the other day with the verified shit.
Yeah.
That's
I saw
the
that.
biggest racket. This guy got me in Africa.
no,
I had a guy that openly was robbing me, and I let him rob me
you're kidding.
because I wanted to know the whole process. Yo, it was so crazy because it was.
You
worth
wanted to
it.
get inside his head.
I chewed him down. You know,
What did
Yeah.
he say? What was his thing?
like it's a racket. You
It's a
know,
yeah.
So some of them are really good. Like some of them are so obvious. Like they just. Like it's just like a weirdest name with no following. But sometimes they'll have like millions of followers and they'll have a blue check.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what they'll do is they hack or get somebody's account that's verified. They buy it because people will sell their verified accounts. So like you could get an account verified for like a store, like some store that went out of business. So you'll change the name. You could sell it for 10, 20 grand.
Yeah.
And they change the name, whatever they buy it for. And then they loop people in like that. So look, I'm verified, so you think it's real. Oh, and I help stars or whatever. So this guy, he had this whole spiel. And
Nigerian prince.
what's it?
He was a Nigerian prince.
No, he found out he was from Africa because of the PayPal. So the
Okay.
racket is when you send the money, you can't send it. You have to send it to friends and family.
Okay.
You know, like when you send PayPal, because friends and family you can't fight and get it back. You
Okay.
just beat. If it's a business thing, you can argue it.
Okay.
So I chewed him down because I was like, all right, if he gets me down like 100, 200, I'll send it just to like for the process.
Are you saying Jew them down?
No, I knew you were gonna say that. I was gonna touch on that.
But what were you saying?
Chew.
I know when-
Chew.
Chew.
Chew them
I
down.
think
Oh
that
my
to be honest with you,
I wouldn't have cared if you said that.
no, but
'cause
I'm
I know.
gonna be honest with you. I think that I probably heard it as chewed them down,
Of course.
and I kind of changed it because I felt bad. I didn't
Yeah.
want you to get mad.
Anyway, keep.
I think I've always said chewed them down, but I bet you that kind of started off like 100 years ago as chewed them down. You're right. We gotta look into that.
So what's funny is, I don't know if you saw this
Can I
thing.
tell you
on-
what this guy did to me
Yeah,
real
yeah.
quick, and then we end
Go ahead.
because then I'll forget. So anyway, what he did was it was so interesting. I did a thing on it. He had this sick process. Boom, you get a receipt. Your initial money was in. let me speak to Instagram. Then he had screenshots of this conversation he's having on Instagram as if it was a real person.
Right.
Hey, Instagram, I have Lil Mo Mozzarella on the other side. He gave his initial deposit. What's the next step? And then they write back, and he's video recording their conversation. He's like, well, just tell me he needs to send the second payment, and we can start the process. So now I'm like itching. Like, I got to see what the second part of the process is. So I get him like for like another 50. We did some crazy thing. The screen like scrambled.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, and it was like blue check, blue check, blue check, blue check. And then like it landed on a blue check, like Price is Right. And I'm like, maybe it's really going to happen. And like whatever. And then like eventually I was just like, dude, like, come on. You always strung me along. And then I seen like, I got his name and then I found him. I did like a search. And he was in like Nigeria. Anything in Nigeria, you gotta worry.
We got this far. We had this one woman kept talking to the guy sending her the messages, and he sent her a fake Venmo account, right?
Pretending to be you.
Yeah, pretending to be me. But we spoke to her. We told her to keep, and we got a phone number. He goes, I'll send it to you, but I have to speak to you first. And he gave her this like WhatsApp number, and we called it up. Like, hello, how are you doing? My name is Modi. It was all India. It was all in India, and and that's how. But no Jewish woman is ever sending a guy money from this kind, which is why in the movie Tinder Swindler, he only dated non-Jewish girls.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, was that crazy?
I don't know anything about it.
I didn't see it.
Are you insane? You have to
I
watch
just
this.
seen French Montana posted something with him.
Both
I
of
met
you
the
need to.
I met the Tinder Swindler.
You gotta see
What
it.
do you mean? Who's
So it's this
guy?
guy. It's a documentary on Netflix right now. It's trending because it's amazing. But it's this guy who went on Tinder and basically swindled these women that he met out of hundreds of thousands of dollars, and like created this whole persona of who he was and what he was doing.
And he was just scheming.
And he was just scheming. It was like a pyramid scheme, and he was on private jets, and he was in Ibiza and yachts and whatever, and it was all being funded by these poor women who were just sending him money.
Not poor women.
They're kind of dumb, actually, when you watch the documentary.
Dumb as nails, but he pretended to be the son of the biggest diamond dealer in Israel, Lev Levayev. And so he had pictures of him and the son, and his account was the guy's last name, Levayev.
How do you pull that off?
Easy, you open an account.
No, but did he
Simon
he knew the
Levayev.
guy?
Everybody knows the guy. Everybody knows the guy.
So he had pictures with him?
He photoshopped a picture of him as though it's his son.
Amazing.
So now they're thinking, oh, he's the son of the king of diamonds. So he's the prince of diamonds. And then he's on planes, and he takes these girls on the plane with him, and he shows
Were they
them
pretty?
the good time. They're okay.
He went for the medium.
Second tier.
Yeah,
They're second tier.
yeah.
But how is he getting on the planes?
Second tier, but they have their life together so they can go to borrowers, to lenders and borrow money from them.
Yeah.
So a girl who's working in an office, like a little bit more than the receptionist, something in there, and then he keeps telling them that I have enemies, and then these women are like, okay, but they've already gone on his planes, they've gone to restaurants, they've done weekends with him, and he's the most
But how
amazing.
come he never has money on him?
No. So then he calls me, hey, I've been, someone's been tracking me, and they close my accounts. Could you send me your credit card? She's already seen that this guy has money, so she's thinking, oh, it's no problem. Anyway, gives him the cards. Then they start to pull money from lenders. So she's pulling 50, 60 out. Then he pays her back. So she thinks, oh, he's good for it. Then he hits him for 200.
But it's because he's got like 12 of these women.
It's a
on
scam.
Bernie
It's a
Madoff.
Ponzi scam.
It's Bernie Madoff.
My biggest thing is, how does he keep track? So he's got all these women in different stages. First, he's got the one that he's just courting them. Then he's got the one who's pulling money out of them. And then when he's returning the money to them. And then there's the one who's completely killed them.
Takes everything I have to get you to show up to this podcast.
It's everything you have to wake up in the morning and brush your teeth. This guy's
Let
got...
me tell you something. I got to interview him.
No,
I would break him down.
Neck
no,
bone.
he's crazy.
He's a psycho. You can tell
What's
he's like a
neck
psycho.
bones? Why do you guys keep saying neck bones?
It's like a Brooklyn word. It means you're like a neck bone's like kind of like a nerd.
The neck bone?
And there's a history of it.
Yoram, like a Yoram. Okay.
Are you Israeli too?
My mom's Israeli.
But so you understand?
I understand.
Hebrew?
Yes.
Is it Hebrew?
Yes.
That's what we're speaking?
Yeah.
Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, shalom.
Smack
But
him with
my
a
dad grew up in
With
the
a pita
Bronx
bread.
and the Lower East Side. He's like a real like New Yorker, and I grew up in Queens, so
Yeah.
I'm really more of like a New York Jew that
New York
speaks
Jewish-
Hebrew.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool. What are you?
I grew up in Florida, and I was traumatized as a Catholic all throughout my childhood.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, what part of Florida?
Pembroke Pines.
Where the fuck is that?
It's the swamp in between Fort Lauderdale and Miami.
They have nutria rats.
Oh, they got everything.
You know what a nutria rat is?
Yes, I do. It's
What's
those
a-
giant.
It's
these
a fucking giant rat, dude.
Shut up.
But this big. They're like this big.
No, no.
Yeah,
That's
it's
serious.
an invasive species, just like everything else in Florida.
You're
Well,
lying.
No, look, Google it. Nutria. It's like like almost like nutrients.
How do you know about these?
Because I was in New Orleans and I went on like a ride in the bayou.
They shoot them there.
They shoot
Yeah,
them.
but it's a scam. The bayou. Listen what they do.
Everything's a scam.
Let me tell you what they do. They throw like volumes in the fucking alligator's mouth.
No.
And the alligator's all shot. And then they wrestle him in front of you. You think the guy's a hero. He's a fat, wash-up hillbilly. Bro, the guy, bro, I never forget. The guy pulled out. He's like, there he is right there. There he is right there. And you look and it's like this fucking dead-looking alligator floating. And he like jumps. He puts his foot on his neck. Look at these choppers. And like trying to get you all limped up. And we had bottles of
sedated them.
champagne. And we were fucking pouring it down the alligator.
Oh my!
And the fucking alligator, we go fucking crazy. And the guy like pulls the alligator up on a boat, and he let us like hold his jaw, and this thing was shot. Like it was like it moved, but like it was sedated. And then he had nutria rats,
Oh,
and he had this thing that was like a wire. You ever see the things like when the ASPCA comes for the dogs?
It goes
It's like a fucking noose.
That tightens up. Yeah.
Dude, this guy's grabbing these rats. They're rats. They look
can't.
like rats.
I can't.
But they're the size of like
they're this big.
Yeah.
He's like, there he go right there. And you're like, what? And there he is. And he fucking grabs the thing by your neck and he's like throwing his rat above your head.
So-
Yo, it's crazy.
So just so you
I want
understand.
I got the
so
best story. I gotta
when
give
you
an
watch
exclusive.
this, when you watch this,
What do you want to do?
when you watch this, and
Yeah.
you copy.
Yo, you editing the things I don't like out?
no.
No,
Because
only-
nobody
only
does
the,
that
only
shit.
Only your son's your son who should live long.
There's
as
going to
you.
be a major problem in the next 2
Sit
seconds. Wait, hold on. I want to tell you a funny story about
No, but hold on. But listen, let me just explain something to you with what you just did now. The story about the alligator being.
That's just a comedy thing.
That's a bit.
That's
that you
another
do.
fucking word.
That's a bit.
That's a bit.
That you
That's a
do
set.
on a set. That's a bit.
All right,
you
I don't
do on
want
a
to
set.
learn because then I'm going to
No,
go
you
down
have
this
to-
rabbit
no,
hole
no, you
of
ha-
comedy talk.
no.
I did my bit.
You do. You
yes,
have to.
you have to learn.
This
You
is
ju-
like from the kiddish club. This
That's bomboniera.
All right, so yo, you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
So, all right, you seen that movie Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, I used to
You
work
also
on
lent him money?
I used to work on Wall Street. No. My friends were into that too. You know, they worked on Wall Street when we were kids.
And when he says work on Wall Street, I'm assuming they gave you a bunch of phone numbers and you called up.
Yeah,
you
like
wanna-
cold calling shit.
Cold calling, yeah.
So I did all that shit too. So long story short, one of my friends, well, the guy, he would take us, take us on vacation shit. So we went to New Orleans, and we go to New Orleans, right? And the Backstreet Boys were out, and this is when MTV used to have like that thing, like Backstreet Boys is spotted. I mean, you remember this?
Yeah.
And it was like if a famous person was spotted, it was like a show, a guy with glasses. He was an MTV guy. I forget his name. So anyway, my friend looked like KJ or AJ.
Yes.
Exactly like AJ from the Backstreet Boys. Exactly.
How old are you?
I'm 41. My friend was like 45.
Okay.
He looked like him.
Okay.
So we had like a suite and everything because, my friends would make a couple dollars. So we started putting towels on our heads and coming down as the Backstreet Boys. We had the same number of guys, whoever it was, 4 or 5 guys, I don't remember. And people started whispering. So then we started getting into it. So we started doing things like we the Backstreet Boys. Like we sent shit to the orphanage.
Oh my god.
Couple dollars, you send food. My friend sends food there. The Backstreet Boys.
The orphanage.
Yeah, like shit, like crazy shit.
Orphanage. Is this such a thing as an orphanage?
Yeah, it was like
In like the
I never heard of
Ukraine.
in my head, it was an orphanage. I don't know what it was, but it
Yeah.
was some cool shit that made us a grill. And then like it was Mardi Gras. So like they have like the beads. You understand Mardi Gras the way it works? There's beads that are $5,000.
Yeah.
We bought like grocers in them from like Taiwan. So we had like boxes sent. They were like 50 cents. We're like throwing them crazy. So anyway, we have everybody in the hotel thinks that we're the Backstreet Boys. People leaving notes.
Oh my
There's notes under the door. Yo, it was crazy. And anyway, MTV on the thing we're watching, Backstreet Boys on Bourbon Street, this and that. There's us with the towels. shit really happened. They really thought like
That's-
people really.
that's
thought
a bit.
My friend looked just like him.
That's a bit.
I mean, this
That's
is
a
some-
bit
Have you heard
on a
the
set?
when Tiffany Haddish told the story when she had a Groupon and she went on the airboat in the Everglades with Will Smith?
Yep.
That's a bit.
I
That's exactly-
like Tiffany.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
She's cool.
I
like
knew
her.
I knew her before she blew up. But when I was living in LA, I lived there for 3 years. She used to be at the
So you
Laugh
know all these
Factory.
people.
Yeah, we all know each other. Some of them blow up, and some get there. And
Okay, ask you a question. The ones that don't blow up, do you find a lot of them miserable? Because I don't want to be around miserable people. Like if I'm stuck in that low tier, I'm gonna fuck somebody up with a semi.
No,
I can
but
tell you
you're
right
not. You're not. You're not going to be in a low tier.
I want to be like, can I
'Cause
start off
you're
higher?
already-
I promise you.
I want to.
you're-
I want to start off like medium.
You're going to start off.
I want to be like. I want to say to like a comedian that didn't really make it, who's a hater.
Yeah.
I want to be like, sorry, bro. You just don't know nobody.
Exactly.
Is comedy something that you can know somebody and jump this line?
A
Yes.
little bit, but you got to have
Because
something.
I want to be
there.
like a connected comedian.
No, but the thing about
Oh, like a
comedy,
Sinatra, but
Yeah.
but Sinatra had a talent.
yeah, you have to. That's the.
I have to
beauty-
have a talent.
That's
Yeah,
the
what you do.
beautiful thing. I think that's one of the most amazing things about stand-up is that if you really are great,
Here it comes.
What?
Yeah, but
You'll
let me ask you something.
probably
You like
be
Don? You like Don
successful.
Rickles?
No.
No?
You're very wrong. If you're there are comedians that are hysterical and kill and destroy it, and they never got anywhere because they didn't have the right management or
So
the
that's what I'm
right.
trying to say.
Right,
So that's
yeah,
what I'm trying to say.
that's-
100%.
So that's what I'm trying to say. There is a level of that.
100%.
It's just
if you
like
have the
anything,
right
yeah.
guy calling Netflix or whatever to get your special, it's gonna happen. You have to have that special.
What is the goal in comedy? Right, it's a special, right?
My goal is make people happy and
No,
everything
but-
else.
but-
No,
but
for
I'm-
real.
I'm not talking about just that. That's I get that. I'm saying
it depends.
in comedy, like once you get like a special,
Yeah.
that's considered like a big accomplishment.
It is. Look, there's comedians that have specials out and they earn half of what I make a year.
Right.
But they have that special out.
Right.
But they don't draw an audience.
They don't draw an audience.
You have something that people. Jews come to me like the Italians go to you.
They love you.
Because I speak the same language as
Yeah,
them.
you know the
And
humor.
it's the humor, their head, their timing. The same thing with
Their
you.
personality.
Yeah.
I work with a bunch of Jewish guys. So funny.
The
way they do
Hasidic guys
business.
or the regular guys?
Hasidic and I had a mixture.
Okay.
The regular guys.
But the Hasidic guys are funny the way they do business.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like they do that, like it's like a bit, I would say it's a bit of like Jewish complaining. It's like a whining manipulation.
Kvetching.
No, you know what I'm talking about.
Kvetching,
right?
yeah.
There's a name for it, right?
Kvetching.
All right, so I'm not saying nothing wrong because I'm
No.
scared I'm going to get canceled.
No, you're nothing.
All right, so you give me the pass.
Okay.
No, because does it work that way? Can I get the pass? Because I'm saying it to Jewish people. So I'm working with these Jewish guys and they're doing it. I never sat in a meeting like that. And I'm sitting with them and they're doing like, come on. You know? And like I'm watching the way they interact and I start doing it too, you know?
Right.
And I like, you know, and they like if you grab your balls in the meeting.
No.
Not grab your balls like if you stand up for yourself.
Oh.
Like if you're talking about something and they don't trust you, but you seem like convict, you know, like you're
Yeah.
like, what are you talking? They love that shit.
Really?
Yeah, they get amped up. I
Yeah.
never forget. I went to a meeting with a bunch of Israeli guys.
Different. They're different than the
Yeah,
Hasidic
Yeah, but I go
guys.
Israeli
Too
guys.
different.
So this guy, he used to drive me nuts. Right? He drive me fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But you know what he would do? Like he would drive you psychologically insane, and then he would be like, "Why are you drinking soda? It's not good for you." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm about to jump out a fucking window. You worried about me drinking soda?" So I started bringing it to the meetings. I would go to the meeting. They have the dish that spins around in the meeting. I put Excedrin on there.
Excedrin?
Yeah, pass it around the room.
Because you give me a headache.
Yeah, because everybody had a headache. So fucking take your Excedrin now. Right? Fucking guy. I got so many funny stories. Oh my God, I get the best.
Go ahead.
He'll probably watch this. He probably watches you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Who? What's this guy?
You gotta leave his name out.
Go ahead. Put
It's
it
funny,
in.
but he breathes heavy. So
He breathes heavy.
he breathes like Darth Vader.
Like,
Right, he's like. So anyway, so we go to a meeting. The guy's breathing heavy like Darth Vader, you know. So like,
Yeah.
you know, but he's like an old school like chauvinistic guy. You know what I mean? So like, no women want to be in a meeting with him, you know, because he's the type to be like,
Israeli or what? What is he?
he's Israeli, but he'll be
Israel.
like, get me Kit Kat.
What?
Like he'll tell like
Get
he'll
me a
just
Kit
like
Kat.
like you right there like cause she's like he'll be like I'm hungry, go get me Kit Kat. You know what I mean? Like he's like chauvinistic, you know? Like he'll be like, get me Kit Kat coffee, and then he will be like the rudest person. No, like you don't even look at nobody. You know what I mean?
You're kidding.
Yeah. So everybody like dreaded being in a room with him. So I got this video, like it's like an emoji that you send out. But
Yeah.
when you open your phone up, you can't stop it. It'll just do the sound. So I got Darth Vader. and like the room's real silent. So I fucking made it like I was tying my shoe because I know somebody was going to cry. You know, it's too funny. So I sent a group message out to everybody but him. And I go down and tie my shoe, and I hear it going off. And he's doing it. And all of a sudden, the thing, everybody's phones are going. So like, I look up and I see this one kid, and he's got the tear. He's trying not to laugh because they were petrified. He was a serious dude, and the tears coming out his eye. And then the guy, what's that? What is that? So like, I'm like, nothing. I take my phone and I send it over. It's my friend's birthday. I sent him. It's funny. Here, look. He's like, David, I like him. I just like threw it right. I went right for it. Oh, I have so many funny fucking stories. I could tell funny stories all day. I have
Yes,
this guy.
that's called
You know,
comedy.
how about a text reader? How about someone that reads your text? You ever
Yeah.
have that? Like a person looks over your shoulder and reads your text?
Yes.
Okay, you ever have someone who reads your text? You talking about him? I had a guy that my phone text. I'm at a meeting, and my friend goes, text me, and he's like, look at your phone. He wants to tell me something going on. And I have my phone next to me, and the guy picks it up and goes, someone texting you, and drops it down. So I'm like, yo, why are you reading my text messages? And he's like, nah, it's just like, I don't know, it just happened. So I look and it says, yo, this guy next to you is a jerk off. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I'm like, yo, you shouldn't be reading my, I get defensive. You shouldn't be reading my, so he's just like weirded out. You know, he's like kind of like, you know, someone just called him a jerk off. So anyway, I can't wait to tell the other guy I'm with the story because it's hysterical. So I run in the elevator. We get down. Like, I got to tell you the funny story. There's people here. So we get out, and then he's like, all right, walk. So we're walking. It's raining. We're under an umbrella. I'm like, yo, you never guess what happened. I can't use real names. You know who you are. And I'm walking, and I go, yo, so-and-so. You know, when he picked up the phone, yeah, the kid was called him a jerk off, and then all of a sudden I feel like a tap. Like, I'm right here.
Again, a bit
It's a bit.
for your set.
Are you writing these things
No,
down?
I'm just going off memory.
Okay,
hard. You
but
gotta- you
when
gotta,
yeah, you have to have them so you have like a list. Like,
But
you
do you
just
think
need,
that's really funny?
Yes.
No, I'm just
It's the way you
pretending to
told it.
laugh.
No,
The
but
way
it's
you
not like
told it.
that good.
It's not.
I want to be like really, you know?
Well, you know how
Remember,
you
he
get that
wants to be gassed
good?
up.
You gotta practice.
Yes.
Gas him up. Don't forget, gas him up.
Gas him up, gas him up.
You just
Hilarious.
have one word. I mean, listen to Modi over
Knock,
me.
knock.
You write one word,
Knock, knock.
right?
This is how I want to open up.
Who's there?
Semo.
Semo who?
Semolina. What if I just start off like
Don't
that?
ever do that.
Why?
But
Did
you
it?
should- but
I
you
did
should
that.
tell the story.
They liked it.
The way you tell a story,
Yeah.
you're a storyteller. You're not a joke guy.
Yeah, I'm a story guy.
You're a story guy.
I know.
Which blows in a few ways. Because like when you see comics on the night shows, it's a 4 minutes. It takes you 4 minutes to tell that you're about to tell a story.
I can't do it.
But he
then
can have
you-
a one-man
But then
show.
when you go in,
That's
and-
what I want to do. So that's
could
what I'm
have
trying to
a
say.
one-man
I'm trying to
show.
do like more of an experience. That's what I meant by Gallagher.
Oh, stop
I know,
saying that.
I know you don't like him, but what I'm trying to tell you is this. That it was an experience. He didn't even tell jokes. It was like you entered his world. Like, I want to do like cannolis for everybody. You know what I mean? I want to do shit like that. Like, I want to do something like
You
an
can, but
experience.
don't let like the kitschy part of it take away from the actual.
I give out yarmulkes sometimes.
Do you
in the
really?
show. Yeah, if they're having a. If
I
they're
gotta
having-
come to one of your shows.
Whenever
Can
you
you
want.
invite me?
I'll
Absolutely.
send you
Formal?
information.
We'll
You'll
send you the
send to me?
information. Yeah, yeah.
I like how he sends for you.
Yeah, no.
It's like a buffer system.
No,
He knows
it's
what
because
meant.
if you're waiting for him to text you, it'll never come.
No, but no,
not
no.
because he doesn't like you.
No,
just-
you have to have buff. Buffers are cool.
no.
I have a driver,
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's
cheap.
the best.
but he went bots on me.
What do you mean?
He went a little crazy on me the last 2 nights. He was a little upset with me.
Why?
What, do you like have a driver outside right now? Is what
No,
you're saying?
because he got really mad at me the last 2 nights, so I put him on ice. I don't know what I did.
Travis, such
Because
a-
I'm
such a-
someone, if I upset you, I have to understand what upset you. So you can't have anything other than what I did to you bother you.
But
Because that would throw me off.
where is he driving you?
So, like, if you have a fight, like you have a fight with your boyfriend, I make up a story. I don't know, like your husband, whatever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's bothering you, I will think that I did something to you because your face is telling me something's wrong.
Right.
I won't be like, it's something
You're an
wrong.
empath.
I'll be like, what did I do to you?
Okay.
That's narcissistic. or
I was
whatever.
just gonna say that's not an empath; it's a narcissist.
Yeah,
narcissistic.
yeah. I
Is
think
it?
I
Alright,
think
I
that
don't know.
I have
Everything's
I'm just a
about
dumbass.
us.
everything's about me. Yeah. I think
Yes.
I think I affected the mood.
Well, what happened with the driver?
He's the best. You know, just if you're listening, you know, I care
name?
You
about
want
you.
him back? Do you
What's
want
his
him back?
name?
I want you back, bro. You're my boy.
What's his name? Stu Gatz.
His name is Breezy.
Breezy?
He's a good guy,
Okay.
but something was on his mind
All right.
How long has
All
he
right.
been driving you around for?
for about a year now.
Since you've been a big star.
Best driver in the world.
How long have you been doing social? Like, how long have you been?
I started. I know the exact date, but I don't know the exact year because I've been in like a time warp.
Same.
I don't know the year. Whatever year the pandemic started.
2020.
2020.
So in 2020, March 23rd, I opened up my Instagram.
That's
Wow.
so funny. So by the way, so in the exact time I began doing my Hasidic character because I was.
Oh,
stuck-
you have a character you
I
dress
have
up?
two characters. Yeah. So one of
One's
them
a
is,
Hasidic Jew.
one is the Hasidic Jew and
Is
one
Jew
is
a bit like a Jew?
no.
Doesn't sound right.
No. When
Sounds
you
like
say
kind
it,
of bit.
when you say the Jew,
I
it's
don't wanna
okay.
say that.
The Jew that brought me this yarmulke is a very nice guy. It depends how you say it.
Hasidic.
It's So Hasidic character I do.
I have a lot of Hasidic fans.
I would, of course.
No, I really do.
No, they have the best sense of humor.
They do. They love me.
So there's the Hasidic guy and the Israeli guy. The Hasidic guy get dressed up. The
Israeli
Israeli
thinks
guy,
they're martial artists.
the Israeli guy is just.
In
this
my head,
necklace.
Israelis
I
think they
pull
can
this out.
fight.
I pull this out, and it's the Israeli guy. That's the whole thing.
Oh, so when you wear the gold, you're Israeli.
Well, yeah.
And
You don't
an
know Krav
accent.
Maga?
No.
Why are you obsessed with Krav Maga?
Because
What are you so
Israeli-
obsessed
I
about
thought
this?
there's a rule.
Yeah.
That if you're like an Israeli citizen, you have to
If
learn
you're in
how
the
to-
army,
No.
if you're in the Israeli army, you learn.
Which Modi didn't do because he
You
came
learn
here when he was
nothing.
7.
How
I'll
old were
tell
you
you.
when
I'll
you
tell you
won?
a story about the Israeli army. One time I was doing a show. I did once in
Usually
my.
the Jordies in the garbage.
No, these
no,
I'm
Jews,
bringing them home.
Jews do not throw food
We,
away.
we bring
Hello.
it to the doorman. You never throw
The
away
Holocaust.
food. You bring it.
The
You bring
Jews
it.
don't throw away food.
I once did a
What
show.
happened with Whoopi Goldberg?
Oh wow.
Is that something we can talk about?
We can-
Because
We
I
can
don't
definitely
even
talk about
I
it.
don't know about what
So
she
y-
did.
It's funny how you said, "Do you give me a pass?" You know, because you think you said something bad about Jews, and I said it's okay, because I give it.
well.
It's funny how like in the canceled culture, when you say
It's
something
just
about
canceled.
Jews, no one cares. You say something about black people, Latinos, Asians. You say something about gays, you're finished.
Trans people.
Finished. But if you say something about Jews, they figure a way to get around it. You know, Whoopi Goldberg will be back on that show.
What?
But do you think what she said was bad? I don't.
Yeah, it was
yeah?
bad. It was
Yeah.
bad. It was just.
It wasn't
again,
great.
Again, it's a.
It was
it's a-
insensitive.
It was just
Whoopi-
uneducated.
It was,
was-
more.
it
It was
was-
more than insensitive.
It was a moment. She was having a moment, and she thought she
Yeah,
was
but can I
smart,
ask you a
and she
question?
had a microphone in front of her face.
Yeah, but can I
so
ask you a
she
question?
thinks she had the right to spew her
Well,
garbage.
no, I want to say. I want to say this much. I just want to say, I think I was telling the story recently. I don't know what podcast. I was on a podcast. I was telling the story. Like I remember, I was like in a deli, and I'm like popping jokes on everybody, and I said something that landed wrong.
Yeah.
And the guy was like really taken back. Like it didn't sound right. You know, like people literally were like, oh, and I apologize or whatever. What I'm saying is like, you don't think it's crazy that someone could take like one moment of one sentence someone take and it could define their whole life?
Yes.
Yes.
Like
yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg maybe slipped and then tried to back. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I never listened to what she said. I seen like a meme.
So I'll
of
tell you,
something,
I'll tell you
so I don't know the
something.
whole story.
And I'll tell you something regarding what you're saying right now. It's funny. So this whole thing was happening with Whoopi Goldberg. She said the stupidest thing in the world, and she has the whole show, the concept of that, the View. It's first of all, I was surprised that it's still on. It's the stupidest show. 4 women or 5 women with no knowledge of anything, spewing out their opinions, right?
Their views.
The View, okay. So she said this thing, and everybody's like killing and just like it's a horrible thing. And then I was in my closet cleaning something out, and I found a tape of her. She once did a one-woman show that was so genius, and you just forget for a moment that she's this too. She's just now at a point where she looks like a blob of crap with a Birkin on her and just spewing whatever comes to her head. But she's still Whoopi Goldberg. She's still an amazing comedian that was in the past.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, and then the other thing is this too. Like, think about this. It's like me just thinking. All right, so like I grew up in a trade. Like I'm a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
You can be the best mechanic in the world and be the biggest asshole in life.
Yeah.
So why can't you be the best comedian in the world but be an asshole in life?
Because you have to navigate people.
Why does it have to be like
You're not
you have to be
navigating.
on all the time?
So
like,
here's the
like, or
thing.
she could just be in a bad mood
No,
and said something stupid.
But wait
I
a
mean,
second.
But apologize at least. Over
Did she?
She
did
did.
apologize.
She did.
She
She
did
did. Here's the thing. The Whoopi Goldberg thing specifically, I don't think Whoopi Goldberg hates Jewish people.
No.
I think she's
isn't she Jewish?
I don't know.
No, she like named something.
She
Oh, that's not a real last name.
she said something that was really ignorant.
She said that
it was
the Holocaust wasn't a racist
okay.
thing. It was
whatever she said. I don't personally believe in cancel culture. Like, I don't think that the way to handle these things is to shut people down, to ruin their careers, that they should never work again. I don't think that that's the way that society should be run. And I actually think that what she said was a gift, because now everybody's talking about how fucked up it was that she said that, and exactly what you just said, which is you can't just say anything about Jewish people. Like, that's not cool.
Right.
But to fire her and to cancel
Did she get
Joe,
fired?
no, but
She
to
just
suspend
suspended for 2 weeks.
suspended. Yeah.
It's like, what does that do? It's like to cancel Joe Rogan and this one and that one.
Is he cancelable?
No,
they're
and it
trying,
only
then-
makes them bigger. Louis C.K. came back bigger than ever.
I think if you can get to that point where you can't really get canceled, it's like insane.
It's insane.
Dave
No,
Chappelle
but
can't get canceled.
No, but but I think it really does like affect your livelihood and your life. And these people have families and children, and it's
But I
like
think you're talking about people of a certain level like Chappelle or Rogan who are like at this point where they're at the...
No,
I don't
people-
think that's true, though. I think Chappelle and Rogan are both, and Louis was also dealing with like
Chappelle
a
didn't
lot.
get canceled. He just
Chappelle-
liked to say that he was canceled.
Right.
He never was
he
canceled.
was never, and whatever
no
they
one ever-
did, whatever they did with him in Netflix and this place and this one walked out, only helped him. And the best thing, listen, this Whoopi Goldberg thing, I
Have you
literally
ever met
thought,
Dave Chappelle?
yeah, but hold on, but I literally thought that The View wasn't even on anymore. It reminded me that The View is on and the Whoopi Goldberg's on. I had no idea any of that was happening still in the world, and so it's the way you spin it. It just can't be. By the way, you did something that was completely. If you weren't you would have been canceled. He reviewed a Chinese restaurant.
Oh my God.
It was. I watched that clip 17 times at least.
Yeah, some people had weird things to say about it, but the community of Chinatown supported me. It was people that aren't Chinese that got mad.
That's the
Yes,
other thing
that's
that's
so-
so
yes.
interesting. 'cause
They asked me to go there.
that
Yes.
happens all the time.
There's like I don't know the page. I really forget. I mean, page. It's an Asian page that they help people in the area,
Okay.
and because they're close to Little Italy, the dude reached out to me like, "Hey, can you go over there?" Blah blah blah. I said I used to always go there as a kid.
Okay.
And when I was editing that, I was saying that like people are gonna say whatever. I'll make it for ninja slippers and shit. Ninja's gonna do Chinatown, and then like. The video did pretty well.
Yeah.
And I'm going through the comments, and I see like a couple people, and it's always like someone who's not even in that culture that got
Right.
annoyed.
Yeah, of course. But it's always that situation. But he reviewed this Chinese restaurant in Long Island, and it's like expensive.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're missing the other one.
Oh.
I did one in Chinatown in
The
Woab that's hysterical.
Oh, really? I gotta see that one.
I ordered the Chinese slippers. Yeah,
No.
not Chinese, the ninja slippers.
Okay.
Like the two with the two toes.
No,
At the
but he
table.
was saying
That
he was saying
funny.
he just ate at this restaurant, and it's the same Chinese food in this bougie restaurant that they.
I
have
didn't
in a
like that
regular.
place. I hate that
Yeah,
place.
and he says Chinese food ain't meant to be bougie. It's meant to be sold in the corner for when you're walking home. You forgot to cook for yourself. You have what to eat, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know. I think like so. What I'm trying to get at is, I think that what your intent or what's in your heart,
Yeah.
like intent really matters because you
Yes.
could say something. It's like reading a text message, you know.
Yeah.
Like you could write something to me and I could take it the wrong way. If you're an asshole, it'll always sound like an asshole to me.
Yeah.
If you're a nice person, I'm like, I didn't really mean that to me.
Which is what happened with Joe Rogan. They made this video of all the time he said the N word, but they put it in a way that it looked horrible. You know.
I didn't see it.
Well, for the record, he just haven't been saying the N-word. But yeah, the way he explained himself in the follow-up apology video was, I thought,
Was very well done.
eloquent and made sense, and I could see how his fan base was like, okay, yeah, done, we forget.
And
you.
again, it puts him in CNN and Fox. It's the best thing that could have probably happened to him.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing, you know, and it brings the topic to the table.
But we also do live in this cancel culture, which I think is really not productive. It's like comedians, like a lot of comics, are like I don't want to I don't want to go to colleges. I can't tell you how many comics I've heard say I'm not going to perform at colleges because you can't say anything. Everybody gets offended at every little thing.
Yeah. Well, thank God I'm not doing that. But
do you read the comments? Like, do you sit and really digest what people are
used
responding to?
What the problem with me is I set up fights. Like
do you pick back?
I know I'll say I'll meet you at 3 o'clock.
No.
I go crazy. I leave voice messages sometimes. Voice note is the easiest way to get somebody mad.
Voice
A
note.
voice
'Cause
note.
most
You
people
send them
have
like
to
a-
listen to a voice
You
note.
said you sent him a voice note.
I did it like once or twice.
no.
Like on Instagram, like the DM.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
It's taken me.
Yo, I have people that, you know what's crazy is like, I would say what I finally learned is that 9 out of 10 people who write a jerk off comment really would just want your attention. And
Trolls.
if I write back to them and like, you're crazy, they always like, oh, is this really you? And like they always,
Yep.
it's always like the fans even
Yeah.
that write jerk off shit, you know?
No, they write something. They just want to have
But
you get back to
my
you.
personality, because of the way I act, what I started to learn is someone telling me like, go fuck yourself. They think that's the way I want them
Right.
to talk to me.
Right.
Because I talk like that. So it's like I talk like that, but then I'm sensitive if someone does it to me. You know what I mean? I'm
Yep,
like, why is
yep.
he talking to me like that? Meanwhile,
100%.
I'm going to smack him in the head with a something.
Melina,
And then
yeah.
they write to me, I'm going to smack you. And I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to
Smack
like
you.
that? You know, so, I mean, overall, listen, you know, whatever. I mean.
And they
I-
give you advice. Your also, people always send me jokes. Here's what you should do. Here's what you should do. And makes you crazy. People tell you what you should do. You
I mean,
literally address it. You go,
right
don't
now-
tell me what to do.
I don't know.
I'm the star. You tell.
The thing is like, I mean, I don't know. Now all my things are about gambling.
Like, wow, you are so in there.
Dude,
Is DraftKings paying you for this?
No, I mean, obviously, I would want to do business with one of them.
Yeah.
You know, the bigger gambling
Yeah.
sites. But there's like this, like, I kind of think in my head, I'm like, you know, I have the personality for it. Obviously, I know the stats, you know what I mean? I know the gambling, blah, blah, blah. But then again, it's like they're also, there's a waltz, right? Because they don't want to push something to be like a degenerate gambler. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you
if you have
call
someone,
yourself a degenerate. You call the people doing you
I'm
degenerate.
not, I mean, listen, I used to
Yeah.
gamble a lot. But what I'm trying to say is like if they have someone that's the face of their company, like if you look at Caesars has a comedian, I forget his name.
Caesar's Palace.
No,
Caesars.
Caesars is a new betting platform.
Yeah, Caesars has a guy. Kevin Hart does one,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Kevin
yeah,
Hart's
yeah,
the
yeah,
face
yeah.
of it. And if you notice, they're all the faces of them, but they never talk about gambling.
Mm.
None of the people in the face for them talk about gambling. So it's like, in other words, like, are they thinking that if someone who's the face of them is going, bet 10 dimes on the Yankees, blah, 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 he's going to turn everybody into a degenerate, and then it's going to hurt their business?
He does the things he says.
Right? So I don't know if that's the right approach for them.
Scared money makes you no money.
You
Scared
get
money
money,
don't
don't make
make
no
money.
money. No,
But I will say one thing about you that's amazing.
What?
You had a podcast today. We just did an hour. Let me tell you, we didn't once speak about sports because we know nothing about it, and you're able to still maintain a conversation.
yeah, because I
And
don't give a
bet-
fuck
and
about
bet-
sports. I
No,
watch a game. All I do is it's gambling.
Artie Lang told me because he knew I didn't like
Artie
sport.
Lang, I know that.
The comedian.
Yeah, yeah, he's
he
good.
was on
Stern.
the Howard Stern show.
Yeah, yeah, I like Stern's a genius, no?
Yeah, yeah.
You like
Stern's a
Stern?
genius,
Do you
but let
think
me
he's a
tell you
smart guy?
the
Or
story.
you just
So
saying that because he's Jewish?
So Artie Lang.
You're like, of course he is. It's like you asking me if Rocky Marciano was a good boxer. No, he sucked.
Howard Stern
Artie
is a
Lang-
genius.
He is. He's
Artie-
smart.
So I used to. So
He
I
got
used to-
some hair.
I used to tour with them with him, Stuttering John, a bunch of guys from the Howard Stern
What
show.
about Beetlejuice?
I did one show with him once.
Is he funny?
I don't really know him.
Oh, okay.
But let me get to the story. So Artie Lang
He
was telling
pickpocketed
me
me.
the only. Did he really?
That's serious.
Stop. Beetlejuice pickpocketed you?
For a quarter. Held him down like an ink on a boat. Little fuck.
Finish your story, Marty.
Yeah.
He said to me because he knows I don't care about the games, and he says gambling, betting on the game is only interesting when you put $1,000 down and you only have 500 in the bank. That's the only time the game is interesting to you.
Yeah.
And he was 100% right.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
But how much are you betting when you're putting down this 1,000, 1,500? What are you doing?
I don't know. It gets crazy.
You get crazy?
Not
No.
really. Not crazy.
seem
I
like
live
you
my
keep
life
it
off of an
together.
allowance. Like, you understand something? You know, my wife controls my finances.
Okay.
So, in other words, like, I'm not in a danger zone. I'm not dipping into, like, the money for mortgage.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I have, like, Little Mo money.
Right. That's what I'm
Little
saying.
Mo money is
Little Mo money.
No, because there's Little Mo money,
I
right?
call it my
Like, I get
Cameo
paid
money.
for a gig or something, you know.
Are you on Cameo?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
kill
used
it.
to be really good on it. You know, I lost the buzz. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you
I
mean?
I
What do
had
you
like,
mean?
because I had like a big buzz, and then it's like people get tired of your face.
Yeah, but you also need somebody who's keeping you on track and making sure you're doing what you're supposed
I
to
do everything I'm
do.
supposed to.
No, you need somebody else to help you too. You
No,
can't do it
I have
alone.
an agent.
Okay.
I have an agent, and we got some interesting stuff coming up. Yeah, I like.
Well,
I
you're
like
heading
homework
to
work.
the game right now through SeatGeek, right?
Yeah.
So they're paying you to come to the game, or
No,
they're giving
it's
you
like a
tickets?
bartering type thing. You know what I mean?
You're
like
gonna post from
yeah,
there.
like you post and you get seats to whatever you
Really?
want and
That's
stuff.
how it is?
Yeah. I mean, something like that. Yeah, I don't like getting into too much.
You're going to
details,
the Nets game?
but- Yeah, when the Nets are gonna get smacked by the Boston Celtics. Me sick.
Oh,
way he
my
describes
son's
them is the
friend
best.
loves them.
Oh,
Does
yeah.
he really?
Yeah, he's 10.
How old's your kid? 10.
My son's 8, but he has a friend who's 10 who loves the Nets.
I just love the way he talks about it. Okay, from last night, we're licking our wounds. We're licking our wounds from the game last night, but don't worry about it. Tonight.
Did
we're
you
gonna
see
do-
how I called the Cincinnati
I
and the
was
Rams game?
blown away.
I called it exactly what was gonna happen.
It-
No, I'm like a legend. No.
a legend.
Legend.
I'm telling you,
You
you
don't
are
understand
a
what happened.
legend.
I went into
Legend.
this gambling thing and I started calling games, and I didn't realize people are really the problem. Well, I don't want to say the problem, but what's happening is people are literally like sending me the money they won and going, "Look, I bet 5,000 on what you said, and I won. Thank you. I bet 10,000 on it." And
Get
then they're
out.
like hitting me up every night, like, "Who we bet tonight?"
Oh,
Oh
my.
no,
Wow.
that's dangerous.
That's
You're
so
creating little
weird.
monsters.
Yeah. So
No,
they're-
but then you on the basketball, you didn't do so well.
no, I did, but I don't post it no more
Okay,
because I think that everybody's a jinx.
okay.
So when you start getting into gambling like heavy, you
This will
think
help
everybody's
keep the mulyak away.
a- Malokia.
Malokia,
I got
Malokia.
something. I gave it to somebody as a gift and I stole it back. The horn.
Oh, that's the Italian
Yeah,
horn.
Italians got
Yeah.
sick Malocchio. Israelis do too.
Yeah.
These are fucked
No,
up.
we have a million things. We have the mezuzah on the wall keeps the Malokia away.
No, but the Italians too are.
That's that little thing when you walk in the
Malo-
door.
Yeah,
Malocchio.
that keeps it
It's
all
called
out.
the mazuz.
Mezuzah.
The mezuzah.
That keeps all that away. This, at first, I used to think, why do they keep a picture of
I
a
have never
dog's
seen that
penis
before.
everywhere? That's a dog's penis. Why
I've
is-
never seen that before.
Oh my God, that's the Italian horn. It keeps
The
away
Italian horn.
evil.
Yeah. What are you? What are you, Jewish too?
No, my dad was born in Barcelona. My mom was born in Belfast, Ireland.
Oh, for real?
Yep.
Which
So-
makes him Jewish.
I did a podcast with two Irish guys. They never put it. I filmed right here. I keep torturing. They never put it on. It was funny.
I'm putting you on right away. We'll never, the next week.
Next Wednesday.
Oh
Next
yeah,
Wednesday.
we're gonna be live.
Yeah.
Next
But I
Wednesday.
feel like we need a little pizzazz. Like I feel like we just started warm up.
I could go with you forever. Every story you have is amazing.
We could do part 2.
We can do part two too.
But
No, we got to do a show together,
this
and
here
then we'll
for 2
talk about the show. We'll do a show together, a comedy show together.
Where can I go? Where can be the first
okay,
place I
so
go?
look,
He'll figure it out.
Oh, so you're the guy.
listen, look at me, Mo. I'm the guy.
All right,
the
so I'm
guy.
just-
I'm just,
My name's on the yarmulke. Who ordered the yarmulkes? You understand what I'm saying? to you?
yeah, you're the guy.
Yeah.
no, but let's talk about this because I did reserve the studio for 2 hours because I didn't know how long. we
Yeah,
were
but
gonna
don't
talk
forget,
for.
I got to go to the show.
All right, I know. So
What time is it?
What
It's
time do you
6.
need to leave?
you gotta
I
go.
don't know. How
You
long
have
does
an
it take
hour. You have an hour.
He's going to Brooklyn.
Yeah, how
Yeah,
long
but
does it take?
barely. Brooklyn.
And he doesn't have a
Right over
driver
Can you-
now, so
Oh, how you
I
gonna
shut
get
my
there?
phone-
How you gonna
I'm
get
thinking
there?
Uber. Can you Google
Yeah.
how far it is?
What
to
are you
Buckingham?
like, the Israeli old guy who's like, go get me a Kit Kat?
No. I put my phone. My phone was dead. I'm charging.
hey,
it.
give me Kit Kat.
Where are you going,
The
Barclays?
Let's do
Why did you use
accents.
Kit Kat as an example?
'Cause
Like,
that's what he asked for.
When you say he breathed heavy, he was like in between the words. What we don't need to
He
know.
just sit like with his hand on his belly and go.
ew.
Ew,
It's
ew.
disgusting. Like,
So
Zabadon.
gross. So gross.
Who's
He's
gross?
fat, out of control.
He's fat. Yeah.
How are you not 5 times the size of you?
I don't really even eat too much no more.
You haven't stopped eating since you
You've
sat
been
down.
eating a semolina loaf.
I'm
by
about
the
to
way,
do a 360. I wanna get in shape,
By the way, those of you who look, I'm telling you right now, on Instagram, you look 5 times your size.
44 minutes.
Your angles,
44
you look
minutes, Lil
huge.
I
You're
do?
not. You're looking. You look
But
alright
I look bigger, right?
on Instagram, but
You
over
look
here,
svelte.
you
You look
look.
svelte.
You look good here.
You're handsome.
You
Thank you.
always got these shots of you coming like this, and you
Yeah,
look
you gotta
is
know
it?
your
I-
angles,
and
Lil
he's
Mo.
always with a big with the
Can I
big
tell you something?
pasta.
Because I'm into not caring about what I put. Like in other words, like there's a level of like I want to get that video of me waking up with my hair all over.
Oh, the best.
I like shit like that.
No, when
I don't
he's-
want,
when
like,
he's
the
in
stage
bed, when
shit.
you're in bed and just talking into the phone like this.
He
My
knows all my
favorite.
videos.
Nah,
and
you
stuff.
crazy? You have a fan here.
We
There's
gotta
a fan
we
here.
gotta do a little TikTok.
Yeah, yeah, we'll do. Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, you dance.
Get money, don't make money.
Hey,
Hey,
money
so
don't make
let me ask
money.
you a question. Since
Yeah.
you say you're a fan, and then you are, you know all my videos.
I know your bits.
When you see people doing it, you don't say this. So that's a little Mo.
100%.
A lot of people, right? You
Some
see
of them
it,
have
you-
more followers than
A
you.
lot more.
A lot more than you.
They blow up quick. It's annoying.
Yep.
But
Well, I will tell you something.
the
it's a-
rendition of it always does better.
But let me tell you something. It's also a it's an honor to you.
You think so?
Whenever I used to see comedians that went on the road with Dave Attell, dude, they would come back and they would have his cadence.
Yeah, their intonation. Yeah.
His intonation.
Are you a comedian too?
No.
No, but he knows. He
Like
knows.
a
he knows.
coach or something?
He knows everything.
The fuck do you do, bro? I can't figure it out. I really don't know what he does. I
Good.
thought he was
Let's keep it that
I
way,
thought he was
eh?
like an audio engineer.
Let's keep it that way.
Now you know what I think he does now?
What? I'm the Mossad.
This is in my head.
Let me hear.
This is what I picture.
Okay.
You sitting somewhere after your show,
Yeah.
and like you would have you're glomming everything you get from the hotel, right? And you're up,
Chewing them down.
and
as
he's
it
just
were.
like sitting there after the show, and you're on the couch, and he's on like a little seat, right? Maybe with like something for his feet, and he's going, and he just watches TikToks and goes, look,
You're not wrong.
No.
yeah, and he shows you, no.
You're not right, but you're
not
wrong.
It's not TikTok.
He looks like that guy.
He's-
You know what I'm saying? Like you're sitting there all shot.
He's
and you're
on
looking for
Twitter.
something on
He's on
Netflix.
Twitter telling me what's happening in the world.
Yeah, like he's the
I have
guy
no
who
idea. I
keeps you
can't look at
relevant.
Twitter.
He gets
right.
you relevant.
100%.
You're that guy.
Right. Yeah. And he edits and does the everything and runs the. Like I said.
And what do you do?
She produces the show.
So hold up. I looked at your shit today. A little
Yeah.
bit. You said we were gonna be best friends and shit. I said if we're gonna even go down that road, I gotta look at a couple things. So I know you do comedy too.
Yes.
And then you also produce
Correct.
2 podcasts.
Yes.
Comedy
Which one
Cellar.
here is the Comedy Cellar.
Correct.
So Comedy Cellar has its own podcast.
Which
Yeah.
is huge.
It's a huge podcast. Yeah.
And you produce that.
Yes.
Yes.
So how the fuck I want to go on there too?
So she'll put you on.
Is that like we can hold it over my head like a carrot now? Like you can't just fucking do it? I'll do you a favor. Like I don't understand what this shit is.
Okay, listen.
You know what's gonna be hard for
Listen.
me to
Listen,
realize that there's
listen.
steps to doing things?
Listen to
I
me.
fucking hate that.
You.
I just want to I want the pass, man. Why can't I be that guy?
Into the
Yeah.
mic. Into the mic.
Into
Listen,
the mic. Wow.
Lomo, I'm the guy.
So you're the connect.
So look at me. Anything you want to do, you send me a text. You have my number.
You're the guy.
We'll make
He's
it
the
happen.
guy.
You're the guy.
I'm just kidding. You need to talk to her. She'll get you on the comedy.
First of all, she's doing comedy a few years now, but she was a crazy badass in her day.
In
She
her
had a-
day?
we
How
had-
dare you?
We had one show.
You sang
only
out
about
Madonna?
her.
Oh, she's hanging out with
No, but I
better than
used
Madonna.
to.
You used to hang out with Keith Haring or some shit? You definitely have like a weird past, right?
Yeah.
You do, right? You were in CBGB's fucking lit. Lit, right?
Yep.
You were lit.
You're on.
yeah.
Yes,
Me,
that's
me,
right.
and
You got it.
Me and Madonna used to have sex with the same girl. I'll
Oh,
say that.
Did you?
Hot.
Wait, oh shit. So hold on a second. But you have a kid.
I'm married to a guy and I have a kid. Yeah.
But
I
at
had
one
a
time-
yes, I was a wild child.
I
You
knew it.
identify
I knew
as-
you had a fucking weird past. That's sick.
I don't know if it's weird.
And now she does stand-up comedy, talking about the other
You know
mother
what?
she has
One of
in her life.
Madonna's friends follow me.
Who?
That exercise guy, Isaac Boots.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who he is?
No. Listen.
He's an exercise guy.
Anybody that runs across your thing will follow you.
Not necessarily.
It's
I'm telling
so
you.
good.
It depends what you know.
It
if you-
depends what you're into.
What you're into. I think that anybody who runs a social media account where it's always their face,
Yeah.
they fall off. It's so hard to keep yourself
Yes or no?
relevant of just your own face because everybody's gonna get tired of your face. Everybody I know who does like videos of just like themselves, like that vlog style,
Yeah.
like I do, they fall off. They never stay relevant.
No, but you
People who film other personalities always do well.
That's interesting. I don't know.
It's a fact. Look,
It's
anybody
not-
I know that goes around who has characters on
I
the
think
show
I
always
think a
does
good
that.
example of this is Eric Newman, who's a comedian who's been on this podcast and
Yeah.
has worked with Modi. He's doing extremely well on social media, but when you look at his clips, since he is a host at the Cellar,
Right.
he's just posting his crowd work bits.
Right,
So it's
that-
never his
nonstop,
actual
nonstop.
material. It's just,
He does
hey,
good?
you in the blue shirt, you look like a dweeb.
Like that's what he
but
would
like,
be amazing
but
at
you
that.
would be so good at that.
Amazing at that.
Yeah, you would
no,
be so
but
good at that.
mine isn't just all the face. It's also like for the Israeli character, there's always a nice
Let me see
background.
one of your Israeli guy.
Oh, this is a nice one. When I was in,
Why do you got pink? You trying to make a statement?
what do you mean?
That's our phone?
Oh, and it's the only way I can
It's
find
so
the
he
phone.
can
is
see
I
it.
can find it when I'm leaving the room.
Oh,
Where the
I
hell's
knew
my
there was
phone?
something. You always you always have an angle.
An angle. No, but it's just
Let
the
me
Israeli.
see this Israeli guy.
So the Israeli guys like. So here's the one from.
Show them the one where they gave you the car.
Oh, they gave me a call.
Valentine's Day is coming. Now, the best gift you can give your Stacy, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, your signature other is a cameo
Don't
בא לי
dare.
בבונבוניירה, one of these things here, ממש...
Throw it. You gotta throw it.
צחוק מהעבודה.
If you don't throw it, I don't even want to watch. You don't throw shit?
No.
You have to. You needed to throw that right there.
That was
You
such a
needed to
good
say
direction.
fucking bam.
Wow.
That would have been
Wow,
You need
great
some
direction.
promo. I
Thank
should've-
you. I should have.
sick. A lot of people tell me to tone it down.
No,
Don't
don't
tone it
ever
down.
tone it down. You're amazing.
Don't listen to anybody.
No.
I like being
You're
on a
different.
podcast with Jewish people.
It's different. It's different.
It's sick. It's like you're like, no.
It's the
don't
one when
do
he's in the
it,
car. The
don't
one when's in the-
do
the
it.
one
I
when
like
he's in the
that.
car.
I like that like whiny like conviction.
There's the
I love
one-
that shit.
There's the one when he's in the
You're
car and he's
magnificent.
just hitting it. Then there's
That's why you know like Jews in Hollywood like ran Hollywood I think. Because
Ran
yeah,
Hollywood?
because when they were thinking about like giving up,
Jews do run Hollywood.
they do.
they do.
They do.
And the banks.
Wait. And when they were like, were you thinking about giving up? Like they were like like you know like a big Hollywood producer, and he was gonna give up, and like his Jewish friends around him were like, "Don't do it.
Don't do it.
You're magnificent. Don't listen to them. They're just wishing bad on you."
Oh, God.
And they're like, "I'm thinking
Malocchio.
about doing it. I'm
Malocchio.
thinking about it. Don't do it."
Imagine if Italians ran Hollywood. Everybody be getting whacked.
Oh,
But they would be in their dressing room, boom, right in the head. You're not doing that line? Boom, no problem. The Jews come in, hi, we got two lawyers want to talk to you, right? You guys come in. Well, you're not gonna say what with a bat. Come in there with a bat.
That'd be sick.
so how are we gonna get
I
him
wish
on
Italians
stage
ran
between the
fucking
two
out.
of you?
You're gonna figure it out.
We'll figure something
So you don't
out.
like my knock knock semolina joke?
Oh, yeah, it's
I'm telling you right now, I'm coming out guns blazing.
blazing.
My first 10 seconds of my bit is gonna be me trying to be
Of your set.
of my set
Yeah.
is gonna be me. I have it. I'm gonna come in. I want music and shit. I want the whole
course,
thing.
of
but
course.
I'm gonna do something different.
Go
We're
ahead.
gonna send you to an open
I'm gonna
mic.
come in quiet, like a fucking church mouse. And I'm gonna be like, make like I'm nervous, and I'm gonna just fucking snap.
So
What do you wanna do?
Here's what I
Nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. You think that'd be good? Hey, how you doing? Oh, let's do one funny thing, because this
Go ahead,
fucking
go-
thing we ain't too funny.
This is the most chaotic pod.
Let's do this.
Semolina.
This is what I'm thinking we do.
Okay, go ahead.
You say you're a real Little Mo fan,
I'm a real little
so
Mo
you're
fan.
gonna throw me one of my lines, and then I'm gonna do it. And we see how, like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Let's do it. Ready? Start off with the how you doing, because it's easy.
Hey, you doing?
How you doing?
You're such a neck bone.
No, it's stop being a neck bone.
Stop being a neck bone.
Go ahead, give me that.
I'm gonna whack you with a semolina.
No, it's how about I come over there and crack you over the head with a loaf of semolina?
See, this is the
Go ahead,
king.
go ahead,
This
look at-
is the king.
Yeah, what else? Bring your wallet.
Nobody moves.
Nobody
gets hurt.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
How about
What
another
about
one?
the
I got a new
scared
one.
bunny?
What's a new one?
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Champagne on the balcony. These are things when you win. Shake and bake is like if you pulled a sick move that nobody thought would
Yeah,
happen.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake. You know
I
what mean?
promise you, when you do your stand-up, you won't be able to get to the stage. You're gonna mess with the people on the way up.
Yeah. Dude, you gotta see in the last when I did it, this guy had this fucking carpet on.
Yeah.
It was like a carpet or hole in like a poncho, they call that?
Yeah.
He looked like I told him, what are you trying to
Oh
fucking-
my God!
You gonna
Can I
rate-
talk about the carpet guy?
What?
Oh my
Oh,
god!
look.
You gotta sit down. You gotta
I have
hear
to.
this. Oh,
wait,
my
this
God.
is.
I'm worried about time.
Oh,
Don't worry
you
about it,
gotta
you're
go.
good.
Do you have to? If
Yeah,
you have to leave.
You have 44 minutes. It's gonna take.
I don't want to be late. I
Do-
gotta go.
So we'll
We're gonna
wrap.
this
We'll
up.
leave it.
Let's
Okay.
wrap this up. Breno, crap.
But
Okay, sit down, sit down.
Say get proper goodbye.
Okay.
Oh, wait, you
Tell
have a
them-
question. You have
Look
a
at
question.
the. I just want
I-
to know.
listen,
look what's
listen.
on the table. Comb, yarmulke, Italian horn,
Into
And a
the.
semolina.
pizza bagel,
And a semolina.
semolina. Say
Okay,
semolina
hold
the right
on.
way.
I always-
Before I leave, you got to do it right.
What? How is it?
Semolina.
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 You know what's the name of my show?
What?
The first show, that comedy show that I do. You know what I'm calling it?
What are you gonna call it?
Return of the Semolina.
Return of the Semolina.
Yeah, sick. I want to do like the 3 Empire Strikes Back.
Uh huh.
You know what I mean?
The Return of the Semolina.
Little Mo Strikes Back. Return of the Semolina. And what was the other movie?
The other one's called Chew It Down.
What were the 3 Star Wars movies?
I have no idea.
Empire Strikes Back,
Return of the Jedi.
Jedi, and A New Hope.
You're asking the
The
wrong
new-
crowd.
You're asking
here.
wrong
The
crowd.
new
wrong
prosciutto.
crowd. The new prosciutto.
The new prosciutto. That's
Okay,
gonna be the
wait,
person.
we ask every guest one question.
Good.
Okay, who's your rabbi? And by rabbi, we mean who's your guru? Who's the guy you go to for advice? Who's your rabbi?
I can't say his name. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Who's your rabbi? Who's the guy
I'm
you
being
go for
honest with
advice?
you.
What is he in witness protection?
Yeah, all right. Fucking out of here. Are you crazy?
You can't just throw lines like that when you got a
Witness
guy like him.
protection. What are you, sick? We don't do that.
We don't do that.
Oh,
Who do you go for advice? Your wife?
What about for entertainment stuff? This as your
advice like
Advice, like something's going on with work or what? Okay, your work at work. If something's going on with the
my boss, like who owns my company.
yeah.
I respect his opinion.
Okay.
Like he's a good guy.
That's your rabbi.
That's your rabbi for
guy.
work. And for comedy, for your work and this, who do you go to? Should I do this? I shouldn't do this?
I bounce things off like friends of mine, you know, like that I work with. I mean, nobody like.
Every guy I see you with, like with when you wear the same tracksuit, they're always yes people. Whatever you say, they're gonna say yes to you.
Yeah, I don't.
Don't you have somebody to say, listen, you might want to rethink
I
this?
got rid of him.
I can't.
I don't keep nobody around to tell
He
me.
needs to be
anything. I don't
gassed up.
I work well with gas.
I see.
What? So this is gonna be a problem?
No, that's not a problem. As long as we know that. As long as we know that.
It's gonna be a problem. No, it's gonna be a problem.
Eventually, it will be a problem.
It'll be a problem.
But can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guess what?
I don't really think I got nothing to lose. What am I gonna ruin my Instagram career? Who gives a fuck? Like, think about it. I eat
That's
good-
actually amazing.
If you could just like think about it,
Yeah.
it's easier to give up.
Because you.
Fucking annoying.
No, it's not a living.
It's like what you said
No,
earlier.
it
I
can't,
could have
this-
been. I could have been this, but my wife won't let
I
me.
think it's just so much cooler to have the what you could have did stories. It's so much more easier.
like I could have been pro. I could have played
been
pro.
but my wife.
Do you know how many things I say like that? I'm like, if I was to like really actually try to do that for social media, something it would be like a viral video.
Yeah.
But I'm like, who cares? It's only for me and my friends to hear.
That's how it starts. But
No,
you
but
look.
what I'm trying to say is like, there's a lot of things that like, if I had a camera phone, I'd be like, oh, that should be fucking hysterical, but I don't have to like put the effort in to get it for everybody else to see. You know, like I'm not gonna redo it. Like you missed it.
All
You
right.
missed
Well,
the
we'll
boat
need to
of it.
talk.
Well,
We'll
that's
talk.
All right, yeah, listen,
that's
it's
not being
late.
a
I don't
comment.
want you
Yeah,
to
we gotta go.
late.
So you're
Bye.
kicking me
No,
out.
kick-
Fuck
no,
you
no,
and
but
your
tell them
podcast.
where they're
I don't
gonna
give a
see
shit
you.
about this fucking
So
podcast.
tell them where they can find you.
Oh, you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
But what's the name on Instagram?
Lil Mo Mozzarella, LILMO. And how do you spell mozzarella? MOZZA.
Is that
RELLA.
Yeah.
I'm changing my name to Little Matzo Ball.
It's a little.
You know?
By the way, Second Avenue Deli was going to host us tonight, and we're going to redo that with them. That's the next level
it's
deli.
good.
Oh yeah, it's
It's-
amazing.
it's no-
They got
it's-
good pastrami
The best.
and matzo ball soup.
The best.
The
The
best.
best.
The best.
The best.
Wait, listen.
So we're
Let's
gonna
get a
meet-
little crazy.
so
The
we're
best.
gonna-
The best.
We're blowing her ears
All right,
out.
listen,
Sorry,
I gotta
sorry,
lose some
sorry.
weight. Sorry, I don't want no problems. Our audio engineer, she's gonna go to the doctor. She punctured both her eardrums.
Wait,
out of
we
control.
have the room until 7, right? Can we end this and still do like a 10-minute talk of us three? Because he has to go.
Yeah, they want to
Okay.
get everything you get. They want to milk use dry.
No.
It's sick. This guy rings sponges out. Now I know what he does. He
rings
rings the sponge out. Yeah, we still got 120 seconds. What are you talking about?
We got 30 minutes. Listen.
All right, let me go. I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. I
All
love
right,
you, man.
Thank you so much.
Yo, later. I gotta go. Later, brother.
Okay,
Thank
so
thank
you can,
thank
you guys
Oh,
can
we,
cut it.
Yeah. What? Thank you. I gotta go. Go, let's go. Take a picture.
Just go right there.
Little moment.